Baron's Chat 2.0.
Alrighty, boys, girls, and everyone in between. Please be mindful that we're going to be needing to CC here. Warlocks, mages, your only job is to CC. Literally don't care about you doing DPS whatsoever here. I want you to do nothing but your fears, nothing but sheep. All people assigned. Because even when we've actually started fighting the mob, continue to CC them, as this trash is actually extremely dangerous. So basically, the skull and the cross, we are going to misdirect them. Skull to Ashtonk, cross to Bubble Tea. We're going to misdirect them down to the bottom here, out of line of sight. We're going to tank both of them here off to the left, right here. And the rest are going to be CC'd up the thing. So the Blood Knights have a Dispel, just like the dudes at the front. So they can dispel the fears and sheep. So that's how we're pulling them down. The next mobs we're going to worry about are going to be the Crimson Hand Centurions. They do a Arcane Fury. You might remember that ability from, I believe, Botanica, where the dude spins and shoots off like arcane missiles at the same time. He has the same ability. It's very deadly and will kill us fucking fast. So we just spam fear. So when we're killing your fear target, just keep fearing. And then the last one is the Crimson Hand Battle Mage. So they have a few abilities. They cast spells. They do Cone of Cold, Frostbolt Volley, and a Blizzard. You do not want to interrupt any of its spells. You want them to cast, and then you want to have slows on them and run away if you have aggro. They are not tankable, as they will one-shot any tank for about 30k damage. So they're not tankable, so it's whoever gets aggro on them when we're killing them, just basically hit it and run. Everybody else slows and stays behind. If you get high threat, you just stop DPS and then move away. You can taunt them with, like, say, a paladin taunt if you're far enough away, so they'll come at you instead of whoever they're going after, but the important thing is don't get hit by them. They will one-shot you. It doesn't matter who or what you are. So that being said, though, the important thing is making sure you're keeping your CCs up at all times. So in that case, it's TDA on the start. Chilling is, of course, fearing on the purple. Demigod is fearing on the circle, and Enigmatic is fearing on the green. So when we do the misdirect pull, the Warlocks and Mages, you're going to be starting up the ramp here. And then when they pull, you just immediately CC, and you do nothing but CC. I don't want to see you on the DPS meters at all until your target is dead. As for the Skull and the Cross, we'll just do full auto, misdirecting Skull to Ashtonk, and let a misdirecting Cross to Bubble Tea, and we'll do that for every single one of these specs. Alright, that being said, we should be mostly buffed up, so let's start clearing the trash. Be mindful, this is a 2-hour respawn on the trash from when we first kill it, and we do need to be mindful, as if we pass the 2-hour mark, we're going to have to re-clear all this gloriously fun and exciting trash. Alright, so let's get our misdirects up, have our targets, and go ahead and pull when you're ready, hunters, and everyone else be ready. Let's go. Wait for the targets to get to us before you DPS, boys.
Aggro.
Oh, and these also stun, so just be a little careful on threat. Alright, let's get on that cross. Alrighty. Oh, there's a vortex, nice. Alright, we are going to go for the purple. Well, actually, let's go green. Green, green, green. Remember to just keep fearing it. Fear, fear, fear. Fear, 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 fear. Fear, 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 fear. Remember, you keep fearing your target when we're killing it. You don't DPS it. You're still doing nothing but CCing until called otherwise. When your ad dies, then you DPS. Fear, 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 fear. You need to fear, 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 fear. So, alright, we're going to go for purple, purple. Remember, just keep sending fear. Just keep sending fear. Keep sending fear. No reckless on the target, guys. You can't have reckless where we can't fear it. Why is there reckless on the mob? Yeah, so don't put any reckless on these targets, boys. Otherwise, they obviously can't be appeared. We're gonna go circle. So one of the hunters should start blasting it and run away, and everyone else to slow down. You slows. Do not interrupt Blizzard. You can DPS it if you have high aggro run. You can put slows on it, distracting shots, whatever. It's on Leto, so Leto just run away. Or you do not want to interrupt this mob. And then now we'll do the same thing with the start. Hunter, go ahead and break it. We have aggro to start running away.
Aggro.
And also, yeah, when we're doing this trash, don't bother putting reckless up, boys. As one last reminder, it's not needed. Otherwise, you kill poor people like Prox and Lavia here. Alright, cool. Now I just gotta do that a few more times, and we've gotten to the boss. Let's go ahead and res the dead. The next group of fight is that patrol you see there. So it's gonna be double CC, and you're gonna spam Blessing of Freedom on the tank to reduce a ton of damage. No, it probably went down, and everyone sucked it all up right away, full auto. So you probably need a new table.
I got you. Come here, auto.
So we'll pull the patrol down to where I'm standing here roughly when it comes down. And then just kill the Inquisitor, and then we'll kill the others. So it'll be one Fear, and then one Sheep. And of course, like I said, just whatever Paladin, you can just put Blessing of Freedom on to myself. Because the mob does a Mind Play that takes for like 6,000 a second. And Mind Play makes it where it doesn't work at all. So looks like there's a fresh table in the back, boys. Alright, everyone get ready. Patrol's incoming. Get ready for the CCs. Get ready with your CCs, boys.
Ash has salve.
Alright. We'll go for the circle next after this target. Also, dispel the Shadow Word Pains, boys. Alright, circle. Fear, fear, fear. Just keep fearing. Do not put reckless on this mob, and just spam fear. Alright, now we're gonna go for the sheep. Just someone shoot it to break it down, and then pick her up. Just give us a fear on it. Alright, so it's going to be similar to the last group of trash we did. So it's going to be the same general strategy. We're going to have the two hunters must start to the same targets. We'll be fighting down at the bottom of the ramp. Remember, no DPS until they get to us. And then we don't have to do all the way out last night. We can just fight them right here. Double. Alright, misdirects up. CC yours forward. Misdirects up on your target. Need one on Ash Tonk. Misdirect on Ash Tonk. Let me go. But that's full auto, right?
It's on
Oh,
cooldown.
on
cooldown.
Astworth, just do it on Ash Tonk and do Skull to Ash Tonk. Go, go. Generally don't need to use it on any packs but these, by the way, boys. Remember, spam your CCs because they're going to get dispelled as they're running down, so spam your CCs. Alright, our next target is going to be purple. Purple, purple. Need up here, boys. Get that up here. You can also hit him with Duck Goat, green. Alright, and now we're gonna go ahead and do circle. Hunters, you know what to do. You keep standing up here as you want, Hunters just main threat. If you have aggro, just run away. Remember, don't interrupt its spells. Hit it with slows, let it channel. It's beautiful. If you have high threat, just start running away. You don't want to be hit as soon as it comes out.
Ash, which mob dispels do I need to keep shooting it now?
Do I know?
Do I need to keep shooting star? Like which mob dispels?
No. You don't have to do it after the first two die, the shield guys. The Blood Knights, so those are the only ones that dispel. But I would do it because they can always break early, of course, just like anything else. It's on procs, run. Turbo run. Alright, good job. Yeah, if you're doing CC, I'd rather you just focus 100% on CC instead of a little DPS.
All good. I was just checking which one dispels.
Alright, so we're gonna get another little patrol again, same thing as last time. So we're gonna do it a little differently than the weekend team does it. We're gonna pull it back into the room we're in right now, instead of fighting it out here for safety. There's gonna be a sheep. Alright, and then Aswarp, just misdirect the skull to Ashtonk. And just shoot it whenever it comes out into the middle of the room. And just let it come into the room and then do our CC. So everyone, we're gonna fight the mob at the other side of the door. Just CC them when they get into that little hallway room there. So they don't aggro the groups on the side there. So shoot it whenever. Alright, you can clear the circle. We'll obviously be going for the circle next. Circle. Remember, keep that fear up as best we can. Fear. Good job. Alright, let's break that sheep and just do it back in here again, boys. Just hit it with a fear or something. Yeah, it's almost over, it's fine. Get it appear on it, boys. Anybody? Killed our poor rogue. Alright, we're gonna do the back of the room, group next. So there's gonna be one sheep, one killed target, second off tank target away, and then the square. So Vern, this is where you're gonna tank the square. You're gonna tank it just inside the door here to avoid the dispels. So you just literally tank it here in the doorway. The rest of the group's gonna stand kind of in where we can see in the doorway. I'll grab the skull. Bubble Tea, you're gonna grab the cross. So just tank it off to the side since it is the whirlwind, just like the guys at the front. And then and then of course sheep the star. So yeah, just only person we need to do is misdirect onto Vern. So on this pull it'll be full auto, next pull will be Leto, and the last one will be Astor for these last 3 trash packs.
Who to Vern?
To Vern, yeah, and that's square to Vern, and he'll be in the
Okay.
doorway there. Alright, let's get ready to go, boys. And then just pull this cross just off to the side a little bit so it's not stacked on top, and then we need fear. Quick. Get a freedom. Then we're gonna keep up bubble tea. And melee are gonna go to the blue square. Casters are gonna go, and range are gonna go to the cross. So hunter, send your pet on square. Melee go into the blue square in the door, and all the rangers get on the cross. You see your pet is just gonna get deleted, so. If you see a little renew icon, just hit an arcane shot to dispel it. So that does get a little bit of healing. It's not really major though. And then once Square is dead, we will then fight the Star last. Also, Vern, you don't have to tank it this far into the doorway, actually. Next time, you literally just gotta find it right here in the door. That way, I don't have to go that far. Alright, let's get the Star Boys. Keep your peers up. Just spam peer, spam peer, spam peer. I don't care who does it. Alright, we're gonna now do this group here on the left. So this will be the same thing. So basically, just tank your right there on the purple player bubble. Okay, there on the purple player bubble. I'll tank mine just like right here-ish. And then the blue square just like barely inside the doorway. So you're not too far out of line of sight, Vern. Just like literally stand like right here is fine. Just waiting for subnormal to stand up. Back on his feet, I say. Alright, everyone's get ready. Misdirect up on Vern. Just get a, whatchamacallit, Freedom on Ashtonk. Freedom on Ashtonk, please. Yeah, he can't even cast the Mind Play without that. He does like no damage otherwise, so. Alright, and once again, same split. Melee are going to be on the blue square. Hunters without pets, and casters on the cross. Go, go, go. Alright, let's finish off the square boys, and then we'll of course get the star. Or just, Turbo, just spam Fear on star, please. Very good. We have one last group of trash to do. We'll fight it in the other side doorway. Just be mindful, do not go far into that doorway. So has all the trash on the outside still. So actually, you could even just tank it to the outside of the doorway here if you want, Vern, if you want to be safer. Alright, boys. Last one here. As we pull them, just make sure you put up that Freedom on Ashtonk so I don't get deleted by Mind Play again. Alright, pulling in 3, 2, 1, coming. Also, when we're doing the star, let a caster break it, because it's far up, it can trigger the boss fight. Why would you have Onks, Alter Boy?
Alright, just had a couple spare on me.
That doesn't answer the question of why you would have Onks on a priest.
I just carry them spare! In case people are missing them.
Casters unranged on cross. Melee on the square. I'm assuming everyone has spent about 10-15 minutes looking at the basics of the Kael fight, has a basic idea of how the boss works, but we'll of course go over all the phases and things to watch out for.
And casters and ranged DPS also, if you have questions you want to ask specifically, I can try to kind of help you too, if you want to message me.
We also have Twaka, he's an experienced warlock here.
Yes.
Alright, just let it get a bit closer, grab it up, and then just of course spam Fear on it, please. Yeah, no, your healing strategy is spam circle healing, right? Alright. Welcome to Kael Foss. You're hearing a lot about energy and power today, boys and girls, but it's all worth it. So this is a 5-phase encounter for those that are unaware. First phase is going to be his wonderful advisors. You start with Thalander the Darkener. He is a focus and chase boss. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to fight him up on the platform where he stands there. Before the pull, all the hunters can put down the little fire trap that does damage over time at his feet. And when he spawns, you just get a little free damage in. Other than that, everyone just kind of spreads around. And you want to kite around to the top around where Kael's at, just to make it easier for the next phases. Melee, this is very important for you all, or anybody close to him. When the gaze cooldown is almost up, anybody within a few feet of him or in melee range wants to back away, wait for him to get a new gaze target and swap. Reason being, if he swaps to you and you're melee range, he is just going to delete you because he attacks at the same time his gaze swaps. It's instant death, guaranteed. Other than that, he's pretty easy. Just basically, if he's targeting you, run away if he's getting close. Otherwise, DPS him and have a happy fun time. Once our boy Thaladred decides he no longer wants to stand upright and falls over, we're going to get Lord Sanguinar. Lord Sanguinar is going to be tanked by our boy Bubble. Bubble Chi is going to tank him on the back right-hand corner over here, kind of where the Marshal is dead over here. So you just doesn't have to be right here, but you just want to take roughly in this area somewhere like this. Mostly because he does an AoE fear, and this is mostly so he dies in a good spot for phase 3. Basically, the biggest thing Sanguinar does, he does a fear every 30-ish seconds. There's a very, very precise timer. So just, try to get a stance on it as best you can, and life will be good. Other than that, Sanguinar it's decently hard and does a fear. That's kind of his shtick. Once he dies, we are going to have Grand Astromancer Capanarian. Do you understand how to do the Igmatic? Because I believe we're having you tanking it, right?
Yeah, I think I got the gist of it. I kind of watched the video.
Yeah. So you'll be getting a misdirect from whomever was assigned to you. Did you assign anybody the misdirects value yet, Taka? I didn't actually look at your assignment sheet. 1 second.
We have misdirects for the weapons, I think, but
Yeah,
not for
okay.
this one.
Who's tanking the bow? So Astorf, okay. So yeah, so basically the phase 2 misdirect Astorf, you're not actually misdirecting the axe, you're tanking. Because you won't be able to misdirect that and pick up the bow properly, so just ignore the devastation, it shouldn't be a problem. But anyways, back to phase 1. So misdirect order then will be Leto will misdirect Bubble Tea on Lord Sanguinar. Full auto, you're going to misdirect Grand Astromaster Capanarian to Igmatic in phase 1. And then Astorf, you'll misdirect the Master Engineer Telenicus in phase 1 to Ashtonk. Anyways, back to the Grandmaster Capanarian. So basically, our boy Igmatic will be starting over here to the left of the door when he gets his misdirect. Everyone's going to stay on the right-hand side where Lord Sanguinar dies. No one's going to move out. So she'll get misdirected to him when she starts getting close. Then you're going to just basically run around the door here and just run around, and then you just kind of come to about right here. And you just kind of keep an eye on her when she gets a bit close. So when she gets closer, then you just cut around the edge like this, running your way around the edge. And she will hopefully come in the middle. And then you're going to want to run up to be about right here-ish. And then we ideally want Capanarian somewhere around where that purple player is, give or take. She can be close to the wall, further wall, doesn't matter. We want her on this little back section somewhere. And roughly in the middle. This is mostly to make it phase 3 easier. So when we're fighting High Capanarian, Grand Astromancer Capanarian, one very important thing for all the DPS to know, there is no melee on the boss except for Hunter Pets, and no one is to be within 30 yards of the mob at any time. If you get within 30 yards of her, she is going to hit you with a Conflagrate, which makes you run on a circle and do lots of fire damage to you and everyone around you, and it could very, very easily lead to your deaths. Just ask Altar Boy.
Yep. Mayu and HG met a terrible fate. I
So
still feel bad.
long story short, so if you don't have a spell that's more than 30 yards, you don't DPS her, and you just kind of stick with the thumb of your ass. That means melee, you just gotta wait at the bottom of the stairs for the next ad. And chill. The only difference will be myself. I'll be in range of the hunters to give them a little bit of crit until, obviously, it's low enough to do the next. So then once Grand Astromancer dies, We will then all go up and fight the Master Engineer Telemachus. We're going to take him to the bottom of the left of the stairs, just past that statue there, kind of where the bottom stairs on the Thalorad side there. This is also another ad that melee can't really do much with. You basically are sitting with the thumb up your ass. And I watch your threat on this one as well range. He throws bombs and puts toys on people that stuns people. So depending on who gets the toy, it means you might have to stop DPS and wait and wait and wait until we get a good set of toys. We ideally don't want them on Vern, Ashtonk, Bubble Tea, or any Warlocks. Anybody else is fine, but any of those people is very bad for phase 2. The other thing is the bomb, so you have to watch your threat. If you pull, then it's going to throw a bomb at you and do about 10,000 damage around you. But anyways, after that, we will then proceed to kill Telemachus. After he dies, we'll be beginning the wonderful phase 2. In phase 2, all the weapons are going to spawn, at which point we'll have the different weapons spawning up. The Netherstrand longbow will be tanked by our survival, Astor. It'll be just taking, so you'll be standing on the right-hand side of the room. See if I can get it flare up that far. So I can't get it quite up all the way, but you'd be basically setting up the stairs, bottom of the stairs, or top of the stairs, I should say, straight on from where that flare is. So you just run straight up at the top of the stairs there. The reason being is the longbow does a multi-shot at the target he's currently attacking. And if you're standing with the rest of the group, you're just going to multi-shot the hell out of the raid for no reason. The other thing with the longbow, what's very important, is no melee hits can hit it at all. So no hunter pets whatsoever on the longbow. No melee hits except for like swipes or like off hit melee. If you hit it with melee, it blinks to a random location, which is really bad, especially if it's near death, because it can blink and then fall under the ground, and it's going to be a wipe. Other than that, the first kill weapon is going to be the Cosmic Infuser. The Cosmic Infuser basically spams heals and does AoE heals like crazy. So people are going to want to be interrupting as best they can, of course, and then stunning as much as they can to reduce healing it does. And all DPS are going to start with DPSing on that, including Warlock's single target. You're going to get it down to about 70, 65% before you start AoE. All single target DPS are going to be doing basically the base, staff, daggers, sword, and then you basically just jack off after that, basically, for melee. Because you never want to melee on the bow, and you don't want to melee on the axe, really, because if it spins, you die. So basically what happens is we have 2 minutes after all the weapons spawn to kill them. And then they have 1 minute after weapon dies to loot it. It's very important to loot your weapon, but make sure that everyone's not looting weapons at the same time, especially early on, especially for the mace. Because what's going to happen is, well, if you do that, then we're not going to have any healing and people are going to die, and then it's going to be very sad times. So 2 minutes after the weapon spawn, we'll get phase 3, which is killing any weapons that still remain, and then all the 4 advisors come up. Important thing here is Igmatic, you want to make sure you picked up a staff, and if you equipped it, waited the 30 seconds, and then used the ability, so you're immune to disorients and all that other fun stuff. Healers want to make sure you have your maces. And everyone needs to know who and where they're healing in this phase, so we can make sure everyone has the healing buffs. The most important one is going to be Igmatic, because without that, he's just going to drop super fast with like 1 or 2 healers. Melee DPS. Another thing in phase 2/3 for weapons. Do not be afraid to just pick up every single weapon, and that way we can have spares in case someone missed their healing mace or missed a shield or a staff or whatever. So in phase 3, it's going to be the same tanks on the targets. The hardest one to grab is going to be your Zigmatic, because she'll be dead roughly here in the back. So what you're going to do is you're going to run to kite her, tank her, but you're not going to tank on the same side. You're just going to come from this side and then tank her with your back facing towards the raid and tanking somewhere on this side. And you ideally want to stand more off to the side over here-ish, so the healer for the engineer can heal both you and me. You can demigods, but don't put Reckless on Sanguinar until he's in position and debuffed, please. But yeah, other than that, it's just, kill the weapons. And then the next phase comes up once all the weapons are down. And all the DPS are going to go ahead and start chasing around Thaladred. Melee can start going over to Lord Sanguinar. If one of the melees with a dagger can just apply the 25% damage buff for magical effects to Thaladred before doing so, it's fantastic, as that really will increase the kill speed. So basically, all casters in range will be on Thaladred. All melee will go over to Sanguinar. Then once Thaladred dies, all ranged are going to go hit up our girl Capanarian. And then once Sanguinar dies, melee are going to go hit Telenicus, and I'll just stand and tank at that point. And then yeah, that's phase 3. So once all the engineers are down, and then after I believe it's 3 minutes, Kael starts glorious phase 4. Phase 4 is where the meat and potatoes begins, boys. This is going to be our main tank Bubble Tea here. It has the beautiful delicious shield to interrupt, to not die to Pyroblast. Phase 4 has a lot of things going on, but the biggest one is he's going to cast a Flame Strike on a random person in the room. It is a big, fancy, beautiful effect on the ground. Everyone needs to move out of it. Another thing of note is while the AoE effect is only within about the art, the damage over time component afterwards is a little larger than the animation on the ground. Yeah, Vern, you're just focused on weapons and phoenixes, basically. So number 1 priority is moving out of the flame strikes. They are very easy to see, and you always need to move out of them. Number 2 priority is getting and interrupting mind controls. So for that, anybody that can use a dagger, just make sure you're using it in your main hand if you're not a healer. And even if you are a healer, make sure you have one so you can swap it on, stab, and swap it off. Hunters are really, really good at this. There is a macro in, I believe, the Hunter channel with a rank 1 Raptor Strike
Wing
macro.
clip.
No, Wing Clip does not work. It has to be Raptor Strike because Wing Clip doesn't attack with your weapon. So use rank 1 Raptor Strike to hit them, and it pretty much guarantees a broken mind control and use it. I think it's in the Hunter's channel. I can't remember for sure. I'll have to look for it in a second. But basically, you just use that as your macro for your not Wing Clip, Raptor Strike, and you basically have the dagger in your main hand, and you just break the mind controls pretty fast. The only time you're not going to break a mind control right away is if they are in a flame strike during said mind control, as they might die. So just wait for the flame strike to go off, then break it, and then heal through the residual damage afterwards. Is fine. Other than that, in phase 4, you are going to have phoenixes, the eggs they spawn, shock barrier, and pyroblast, the other 4 major mechanics. So he's going to do something called shock barrier on a fixed timer. He absorbs damage and cannot be interrupted while it's up, while he's channeling pyroblast. Pyroblast, if I'm not mistaken, does something like 80,000 unmitigated damage and can be survived once with his shield. And then after that, we can use Last Stand or something like that to make up the difference if needed. Ideally, we don't. So when it's time for a shock barrier, all DPS are going to burn it as hard as we can. And as soon as the barrier is down, everyone's just going to interrupt the pyroblast so the tank doesn't die. It is very, very easy in the current version if people are just focusing. The other thing to watch out for, though, in phase 4 is the phoenixes, as mentioned. They're going to spawn randomly around the room. You'll see a little effect on the ground that looks like a smaller version of Flame Strike, basically. And that's where it's going to spawn. At that point, myself and Vestman will be picking me up. Then we will pick it up and take it either to the left or the right of the room. Doesn't really matter whichever side we're close to. And then we will get a little bit of threat, and then we're going to stop damaging until we call for DPS on them. We want them to kill themselves slowly over time, so we can maximize the time to the next Phoenix. Once the Phoenix itself dies, it spawns an egg. This is the single most important mechanic of phase 4. Everyone, including the melee, once the Phoenix dies, have to swap to the egg and blast it as hard as you physically can. This is a good time for hunters. You can maybe talk amongst yourself who's going to use cooldowns on each individual egg to maximize burst. So like, say fall auto burst, second Leto, third Astor, for example. And then we just burn down the eggs. Once you have 10 seconds to do 140,000 damage to it. If you fail, the Phoenix respawns, and the timer will continue on for a second Phoenix to spawn, and it snowballs into a wipe. Yeah. Other than that, it's basically just kill Phoenixes when called for, dodge flame strikes, break shock barriers and interrupt pyroblast, and then kill eggs. We do that once the boss hits 50%. He is and break bind controls. He hits 50%. He starts the last phase. He's going to do a little RP. He flies up, gets very, very big, and then he comes out and he's now going to use an ability called Gravity Lapse. What he does then is he makes everybody teleported to him. They fly up in the sky and you swim around. If you get too close to the ground, you take damage and fly really far up. And then he's also going to cast something called Nether Beams or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. But it's basically a chain lightning spell where it bounces amongst players. So everyone's going to need to go ahead and spread out. And then basically you want DPS to come all the way to the back here with a few healers, like 1 or 2 healers coming to the back. That's hunters, that's warlocks, mages. Everybody's coming to the back because you can't DPS them during this. A tank and a healer. You don't want to really go beyond the middle point here. And then you also want to make sure you're applying the healer buff on Bubble Tea before the phase ends, as he's going to get blasted as soon as he lands and will take full damage, and it's very unfortunate. We'll try to remind when we get to that phase later, as this is a lot of information. But yeah, the other thing to watch out for is when you're spreading around in the Gravity Lapse, is he's always going to cast one last beams right after we land. So don't go running in like mongoloids as soon as you land. Wait for that last beam to finish and then head in. Only exceptionally Bubble Tea and a healer or 2 to make sure he doesn't die. And then basically in that phase, just kill Phoenixes and deal with Gravity Lapse and not die, and then you've basically won. It's just Gravity Lapse, Flame Strike, and Phoenixes in phase 5. It's significantly the easiest part of the fight, honestly, aside from phase 1. It generally is a kill if you get there. Yeah, you only use a shield burn. But pick up any weapons you can just in case. No, what now?
Don't you take fall damage after Gravity Lapse expires?
You take a little bit, but you don't want to be... So basically when Gravity Lapse is about to expire, just swim slightly to the ground. You can be... So if you kind of see where Kael is on his little statue on the right... Actually, I'll do it this way, 1 second. So if you look at my screen, so you kind of see this thing where my mouse is sitting there. You can go down about that low before you kind of get knocked up. You can go a little bit lower, but that's kind of the thing. If you do that, you'll get maybe 1,000 fall damage. Yes, you have to put it in your main hand, Leto. Because if you use that with the Raptor Strike macro, basically he's going to guarantee to break a, what do you call it, bind control. Yep, you can loot all of them. There's no limited. The biggest thing on the weapon is they despawn 1 minute after it dies. And then when you loot it, you have a 15-minute duration of it as well. But yeah, right about this middle section of Kael is where the low part is, so.
No, it doesn't have to go in your main hand, Leto. I mean, not technically, but as a hunter, if you're going to use it, you probably want it in your main hand.
And yeah, you do have some room in your bags, of course. And yes, you definitely 100% want it in your main as a hunter. Rogues want it in offhand, hunters want it in main hand. But yeah, right around here is the low point for phase 5. It's about where his knees would be, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Only other thing I wanted to say, just to remind people that are going to be picking up staves, make sure you click your staves, so that way you're giving yourself and everybody the buff that makes everybody immune to stuns and all that good stuff. Very important. Especially after we go to down the engineer, and he bombs people.
Well, that's not the reason why. It's because the Kael does a disorient on the whole raid every few seconds.
Oh yeah, that too. I just specifically remember the getting stunned for 4 seconds all the time.
Yeah, that's when you have the toy on you from the engineer.
Yep.
But anyways, biggest thing is let's get phase 1 through 3 down, and then worry about working on 4 and 5 after. She had a huge info dump. But I said most people probably watched the video at this point. I'm hoping I'll leave some videos somewhere, or have some idea about Kael loss. So the biggest thing is, don't die to stupid shit, especially in phase 1. And yeah, he sounds more complicated than he really is. It's just a bunch of stuff, but it's all spread out. So.
And remind me, we're Fixate is keeping Thaladred on the stairs.
Yes, you generally want to kill Faladrin up in the stairs area, but it's more important to not be caught by him and die. He does do a knockback on people when he chases them sometimes. So just, if you can get off the ramp, it's fine, but generally try to kill him up on top of the stairs. And that's mostly so when they all resurrect and it chases someone like the main tanks or the Warlock tank, they don't have to worry about running and moving. So like, if Bubble Tea is over here, tanking along, having a good time, and is getting chased by Thaladred, and he's far away, it doesn't matter. But if it's close, he might actually have to move the boss and kite away too, which means healers have to adjust to move, and it can be pretty nasty. Same with Igmatic. If he's over here tanking the good fight in phase 3, and Thaladred chases him, he's going to have to pay attention and move away, and people have to be mindful to not get close as well, so they don't get conflagged. It can get nasty fast.
And we're letting Igmatic position her before DPS, right?
Yeah, in phase 1, until it's called for, all the DPS are literally going to be standing over here and not moving at all after the second boss one dies. Everyone stands over here. The only exceptions are going to be Igmatic, the Hunter misdirecting, and maybe a healer or two that are going to be moving down this way to be in range of Igmatic when he's in range. But for the most part, everyone's just literally chilling here, doing nothing else until it's time called for. And then when the DPS are doing it, the melee DPS are just going to go chill up by the stairs since they can't do anything anyway. And the caster DPS is just kind of go into the middle, wait, make sure you're at least 30 yards away, and then you can DPS her. Either way, this is a Reddit text saying you have a general idea what's going on in phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And are ready to give it a shot. Leva. Alright. Looks like everyone is ready for action. So you know what that means, boys and girls. It's time to talk about some energy and power. Let's go, go, go. I remember, Hunters, you can put down the fire trap here, the not explosive one, the other one. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Immolation.
Immolation, there you go, yeah. And that way when he comes up, it's up. So everyone should be more up on the ramp, by the way. Remember, wait for the first gaze, melee. Don't go in right away. Wait for the gaze before you go in. If you get it, just try to cut around the upper ramp here, please. Alright, TD8, just cut it around. Remember, when the gaze cooldown's almost up, melee move away so you don't get riggedy wrecked. Remember, try to run up on the top. Melee away, melee away, melee away. You can leave pets on it, but melee away. Oh, it's on me. Nice. Gaze cooldown, melee away, melee away, melee away. Oh, I got him again. Melee away, by the way.
Aldi.
On Aldi. Alright. Bubble Tea get in position. Alright, everyone move out towards the center of the room. Have misdirect up on Bubble. And then get ready to shoot Lane Singenar when he comes free. He's going to cast FP on his way over, so just be mindful. No DPS until it's in position. Also, don't put any like Reckless or anything up. Just like do debuffs only at this point. Keep up Bubble. Just get him back closer towards the wall. Alright, you can go ahead and put Reckless up now. That's good. Don't go any further. That's good. Fear in about 10 seconds. Make sure you have Terror Totems down at least salty so the healers don't get fucked. Also, do not pull threat. If your threat gets high, just stop DPS, guys. It's not a race. We can literally fight this guy for an hour if we need to.
Rex missing from the boss, by the way.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, so that's fine. Alright, so now we're getting ready for Capanarian. Everyone but Igmatic, stay in this corner, and the Hunter misdirecting to Igmatic. Alright. Let's get our misdirect up on Igmatic. Go a little bit closer to the door, Igmatic. Everyone stay in this corner. Do not go out into the center. Do not go out into the center. Stay on the side. If you get too close, she can conflagrate you while she's running, and it will fuck you up like nobody's business. Alright, everyone just chill here. Just wait. Alright, good. Just keep running along the wall. Yep. Just keep running. And just toss them a few basic kills. Alright, and... Alright, that's good. Alright, now do light DPS. Make sure you're at least 30 yards away. If you're too close, you are failing. So remember, max range. Nope, too close, guys. Max range. Alright, everyone go hug the boss. It's a wipe. Everyone hug. It's a wipe. If you are not max range, you are not DPSing this boss. If you don't have 30 yards, you're not DPSing this boss. As soon as you die, immediately release and run back. There is no one being rezzed. Everyone release and run back as soon as you die.
It was like everybody was like, quick, touch her titties.
Pets are allowed, but you cannot be within 30 yards if you're a non-pet. If you are within 30 yards away, you get conflagged.
Which one's the one we can't have melee on?
The one we just did. And the next one are bad for melee.
Pets, I mean.
You can put pets on this one, but not on the next one. The fourth boss throws bombs, and they will fuck your pets up. Someone didn't die. Yeah, so basically you can't DPS at TD8. No, you have to be more than 30 yards away. If you are within 30 yards, then it's not going to work. And by the way, we are not using DC macros on this boss. It can bug him out and keep starting the RP. So everyone must die and everyone must release. No exceptions. There is no DCing macro to save a little bit of time because you're wasting more.
It's also worth mentioning too, you cannot like 30 yards
Alright,
plus
so
hitbox.
if you are there, by the way, please just run into Kael fast. The counter's probably bugging out and you need to go die. Alright, we can zone in now, boys. Let's go. Yes. So basically, if your spell is 30 yards or less, you cannot cast it. You need to be over 30 yards away to DPS on Capanarian. Always, no matter what. And if she moves and adjusts, you move back and adjust. So basically, when we're calling for DPS on her, don't DPS her until she gets in position, and then literally get to barely max range and just DPS from there. There's no reason or need to get closer. And like I said, we can literally fight her for an hour if we really need to. And yeah, you just use Frostbolt like you would do with your low mana TDA, honestly, because that should be more than 30, right? Or is it still only 30 with Arcane Spec?
30.
Yes. But yeah, if your ability is only 30 yards or less, you cannot use it. That's just how it is, unfortunately, lads. So I think with phase 3, you normally just DPS on Thaladred into Sanguinar, by the way, TDA for your range.
Do that again.
But yeah,
Or what'd you say about?
you're basically melee DPS here, unless you have a spell more than 30 yards, you can cast TDA.
Yeah, time for the good old fireball spin. Fireball to the rescue.
Alright, once everyone gets back, we'll all go up to it nice and quick and do her again. And what did we learn, boys?
Never give up.
Don't get within 30 yards of Capanarian. Literally had like 6 people die there, like almost immediately. Alright, gonna summon an Oliver really fast. I don't think he has a flying mount yet, so. Thank you, Matic. Yep, fresh Shellstones would not be a bad call here, boys. Make sure everybody gets one. If you can use them. But yeah, arrow edge, make sure you at least have a few inventory spaces. Oh, also hunters, there should be a really good macro for using the bow in the hunters channel, I believe. Did you all find the macro for the interrupt on? Oh yeah. So if you look in the hunters chat macro, hunters, I just posted a link at the very bottom. That sends you up to the using of the bow. That way you can just spam that once you've equipped the bow. And after 30 seconds you can spam that to spawn the arrows and then equip the arrows. And then right below that is a Raptor's Strike macro for breaking mind controls, and right above that is an egg macro for steady shot. I mean, you can, but you will lose a ton of DPS because like the arrows do like 63 DPS instead of like the paltry 37. No, it's 30 because it hit a warlock that was too close. And remember, when someone gets conflict, it hits everybody around them. It's an AoE spell. So if one person's too close just in front, it hits everything around them. We should all be pretty much buffed up at this point. Ready to check saying you're buffed and ready to rock. Alright boys, everyone's ready. You know what time it is. It's tool time.
It's a good show.
You only need to be about 30, 31 yards away, it's fine. The problem is, like I said, Conflag is an AoE spell. Fire trap.
After the Sunwell was destroyed. Welcome to the future. A pity you're too late to stop it. No one can stop me now.
No one can stop me now!
Good news, everyone.
Let us see how your nerves hold up against the Darkener, Thaladred. Prepare yourself!
Oh, it's Mr. Aldi. Fucking Aldi's doing just like TDA, man. I swear I got their lovers. Melee away. Pull it in. Melee away. Full auto. And melee away. Melee away. And it's Aldi. Alright, let's get ready for the next sprint. Make sure you're out of the way. Get the misdirect up. Healers, you can kind of go closer down towards the door, by the way, so you're better range of bubble tea if you want.
Blood for blood.
Alright, just watch your threat, boys. Watch your threat. Perfect spot. Oh, I should also mention bubble tea. When you're going to pick up the ad when phase 3 starting, you want to start from like outside of him a little bit because he's going to start running as soon as he specs up. So just give your stuff a little separation.
Okay.
So yeah, don't stand on his body. Also, Twaka, try to put Fear Ward on bubble tea before phase 3 starts, so he doesn't get feared right away. Everyone stand this side. Let's get ready for Enigmatic over there. Alright, got a misdirect up Enigmatic. This one comes out faster. Everyone be ready. Might want to use a Hellstone Enigmatic in case you get blasted. You'll die at that hit points. Thank you. Everyone just stay back and wait. Remember, want max range, 30 yards or more. Don't send in pets yet, because there's not a lot of threat. There's not a lot of threat. So just let her get in position, then we can worry about it. Oh, good, good, good. Alright, make sure you're more than 30 yards away, boys. Let her get a lot of sweat. You can send in your pets now. Remember, 30 yards or more away.
Give him a second. He's still low on threat.
Yeah, and just watch your threat. Make sure you're staying below Enigmatic.
Whoa, she makes nice noises.
Sus.
Alrighty, boys. Aswarf, get ready to misdirect on Telenicus to Ashtonk. And then melee just kind of chill up in the middle. Remember, watch your threat on us, Engineer Telenicus. Guys, why are you doing DPS? No, come on. All right, everyone, stand in a big clump. Stand in a big clump. Stand in a big clump. It's all die. Yeah. Why are you guys DPSing? Like, it's got to watch for threat. Like, I don't want to say it, but like, did you all like drink a lot before the raid today, or? All right, so I'll go back in. I mean, I literally just said watch your threat. So basically, don't DPS and lose in a spot, and then do light DPS because I'm going to be moving a lot to avoid damage, which means not a lot of threat. Once again, we can literally sit and fight this mob for an hour if we need to. It's not a race. It's a marathon. Yeah, you've been pulled, TDA. It's good times, eh? I mean, I don't mind people doing a little bit of DPS, but you have to be very, very careful because all I have at that point is a misdirect.
I was taking it light, then I saw somebody else go for it, then I'm like, no, you don't. Really, sorry. My bad.
I remember in classic TBC, like we had melee on that boss.
Yep, you
He
don't
was-
want. The problem is on classic TBC, the bomb did way less damage than it does here. It does like almost 10,000 damage on the server, so you'll have your tank get fucked up and have it do a ton of healing for no reason.
But I should be okay though.
So there's just basically no reason to do it. And since I'm moving around, and it's not very clear where the bombs are necessarily going, the melee go in, they can easily die. Same for pets, and it's just not worth the risk. Enigmatic will definitely salvation in phase 2. Phase 3, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't need to worry about dropping it because it'll be a while before we get to his target. Although I won't lie, that whole all-day running way, just like TDA did right before, was kind of hilarious. The exact same direction. It's like,
They're brothers. That's why they fight.
Oh, what's up, Zoidberg?
It's like a handicapped, retarded brother you gotta look after, you know.
That's fucked up, TDA.
Some people might even just call him a donkey. Hey, TDA helping you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you think, boys, we haven't even actually gotten to the hard parts yet? This is the most boring phase 1 of all time yet. Alrighty, let's see if everyone looks like they're ready. I think just Leva needing some smarts. And Altar Boy needs smarts. Alrighty, ready check saying we're all good to go, boys. Alright, boys, we're ready for some more energy and power.
Power. My people are addicted to it. The dependence made manifest after the Sunwell was destroyed. Welcome to the future. Too late to stop it. No one can stop me now. Let us see how your nerves hold up against the darker.
I know, right? Our melee are too good to die to Thaladra, though, right? Bubble tea. You know what time it is, melee? Runaway time. Ah, Bubble tea got it again. You know what time it is, melee? Move away time. Burn. Alright, let's all get ready for the next phase. Melee away. And fun under the sun.
Blood for blood.
Alright, get Enigmatic topped off, boys, and Enigmatic in position. Alright, let's get ready for the next fun and exciting thing. Remember, let's do Capillary in the right way, boys. We did her fine last time. Alright, everyone just give it a second. Alright, go max range. Once again.
He's only got 4K threat.
Yep, slight DPS, slight DPS. It's marathon, not a race. Marathon, not a race. And then as soon as the Capillarian dies, you can toss him himself. You cannot. You'll be knocked back, slowed, and possibly conflagged. Vern, it's not worth it.
I think hunters can MD because they'll probably be up after weapon, right?
Nah, it's
So
not worth
MD
it.
on you. Next.
The Astorp is all in misdirecting to me because you're gonna want to make sure yours is up. We ideally don't want it to last 2 minutes, so. Alright, let's do it, boys. those boys. Light DPS. Alright, get ready for the weapons, Vern. Alright, be careful with right at the beginning, boys and girls.
Slicer in the
And try to,
red.
yep,
Slicer
try to bring
loose.
it close. Yep, try to get a little closer to the bow if you can.
Safe cooldowns for next phase, right?
Yeah, this is gonna end up being wiped anyways, but yeah.
Oh,
You
should
use
I
short
be
range.
directing Verna?
Yeah, you should have done the misdirect says they were on the sheet, yep. Remember the Cosmic Confuser, try to stun it and then single target down. You can start AoEing, by the way, at this point. Ash Tonk down. You can stun most of the weapons as well. Alright, so in this phase we can actually reset it and do white prevention. Everyone can run towards the entrance, to the other side. And if you die on the platform, and basically the little circles on the ground up, you need to go ahead and release. And if you die down there, you can be rezzed to the other half. So on this phase, you can actually do the DC macro though. So just yeah, go down there, DC macro, use your whatever to stay alive is fine. It's just the advisors don't reset properly. And then yeah, everyone that's dead up on the platform needs to go ahead and release. So basically myself, Igmatic, everyone up in this area needs to all release.
It would be unfair to make you fight.
Turbo release, Aldi release. And then let us know when it fully resets the encounter. But everyone up near the top has to release, otherwise the boss will not reset properly. And yes, there is an assignment sheet in the assignments channel that has all the who's doing what in every phase for the most part.
It's faster to run maybe for some of us.
Oh, maybe if people were dead in the back, you just wait for the res. If you're dead up near the front, you have to release to make him reset properly. So basically, Leto is misdirecting the far left weapons with the multi-shot to burn. Full Auto is misdirecting the Infinity Blades to bubble. Put you on follow for a second, Turbo. 1 second. I don't think
I
you did
did
it.
misdirect. I forgot I was supposed to do that. I thought I was supposed to save it for Bubble for the advisors.
No. You just use it in the beginning of the opening advisors, and then you're using phase 2. And the next time you're using this on Kael Foss at the beginning of phase 4. At which point all hunters are just misdirecting it. So yeah, let a multi-shot on the far left weapons. So basically, like there's 3 weapons that spawn on the left. Just pick the one in the middle, multi-shot on that, and hit the far 3 left. That way, Vern can put his consecrate. So basically, I think it's 8-second cooldown on consecrate, right? Or is it 6 seconds? But there's basically what you can do, Vern, is you can do a kind of where Telemachus is now, just like right in front of him. You can put a consecrate there, and then you want to run just to the right of the doodad up there. So like if you're seeing like the glowing beam, the little like art style, the one on the right hand side, just to the right of the center there is where you want to put your next consecrate and tank everything. That way all the stuff is close enough to where the bow spawns to be hit with the AoE. If that makes sense.
Yeah, by the way, the reason why I ran towards the door habitually, because I remember in retail when this was live, they used to do the strategy where you kill him like close to the door. Closer.
Yeah, no, we're gonna kill him on top of the platform.
Funny how the muscle memory kicks in from something from like fucking 20 years ago.
They can, I believe, yes. Wonders is having some minor issues with interwebs.
Couldn't resist, could you?
Well, we can summon Slacker Levia. Leva. So a lot better with the advisors there, boys, making the steady progress. And, you know, bit messy, but things are looking okay with the weapons. Bit behind, but that's because they're all over the place. So the first hurdle on this boss is always getting the weapon pickups proper, so. Once you get the weapons picked up done well, then it's just a matter of maximizing DPS. Then once we get the weapons down, it's just doing phase 3, and then so on and so forth. Just gotta keep building on every attempt, boys and girls. Let's hope Winters can fix his interwebs.
Yeah, I think I'm back now.
Boys back.
Swiper.
The
Yep.
weapons disappear 1 minute after they die. So you generally want to try to go ahead and loot the weapons as soon as you can, but don't have everyone go all at once, especially for the healers, because then, you know, tanks die. And when tanks die, the rest of us die. Melee can also pick up the mace for you guys and pass them out as well. And then also what we can do is bubble. Well, what you should do is bubble when the mace is at like 10-15%, just taunt it and try to drag it out of the group a bit towards the healers a little, so they don't have to run as much. Yep, same with the staff, just try to drag out a bit. And then once again, remember for the daggers, make sure calendar you have in your offhand so you can shiv the people mind controlled. It's 100% guaranteed to break anybody mind controlled. And then, you know, shamans use it in main hand because it's just fucking insanely strong. And you can break mind controls with it, and hunters with your macros. Alright, boys, let's make sure we get all our buffs up and rolling. Should be mostly good. I think just Winters needs a summon, a quick buff round, and then we can go ahead and go for another shot, eh? Right, to get Winters quick round of buffs. Think I need some smarts, a few more paladin buffs.
Ah, My microphone has been muted. This is unfortunate.
Hello, Vern.
You're trying to talk?
Hello.
Thanks for
I
joining
am.
us here.
I am not ready.
So Vern finally decided it's time to join us, huh? So let us know when you're ready, Mr. Vern.
I'm finding out locations of spawns and planning.
So I mean, I can tell you what our other one does with Experty. So basically, when it's like 6 seconds to the weapon spawning, he drops a consecrate right in front of where the engineer is there on the left, where the multi-shot is, and then he runs the other side, and then basically right as weapon spawns, he drops the consecrate just to the right, kind of in front of where Capanarian is, but not quite. If that makes any sense. So like basically, you're looking at where they're standing. The devastation spawns that little diamond in the middle, right in front of Kael. You put your consecrate to just to that right glowing line of that, if looking towards it, the second one. And that way you get like one ticket consecrate on the weapons that are being multi-shotted to you, and then you obviously can put the consecrate on the other ones right away. And then you're going to want to focus the primary of your threat on just one of the weapons. But yeah, the weapons are the first big hurdle is the tight spell, honestly. So just let us know when you are prepared and ready to give it another go, Mr. Brent. Most important thing on this fight is just getting a lot of pulls in, a lot of practice, and we'll all get better as we go. Any questions or concerns, you're always welcome to ask, and we can go over them and try to suss out ways to improve.
So for the weapon phase, we can start AoEing around 60% on Cosmic Infuser, correct?
Generally, yeah, but it's mostly just how our threat looks like. If your threat gets too high, you're gonna want to be careful. And then, yeah.
Right.
Alright, just waiting on Bowser, it looks like.
I'm here.
Alright, boys, let's do it. We got some energy and power to talk about with Gilfoss.
Power touchstone is like people are addicted to it. A dependence made manifest after the Sunwell was destroyed. Welcome to the future. A pity you're too late to stop it. No one can stop me now. Lama Ashanore. Let us see how your nerves hold up against the Darkener, Thaladred.
Alright, boys, you ready for the fun Thaladred? Oh. Swarmy boys. Melee away. You don't have to run too far away, just not be right next to them, boys. And what time it is, boys? Melee run away. Proxy. Alright, boys, you know what time it is. Second advisor. Hell yeah, brother.
Behold,
Behold, Lord Sanguinar. Next period, 15 seconds, boys. Make sure you have your fear word, not fear words on the tribute down for that healer group, boys, so y'all don't get feared and have poor Bubble Tea die. Alright, Enigmatic, you know what to do. Get in position. Alright, Hunter with misdirecting, get in position. Alright, everyone, we're just chilling like always.
Thus in
Remember, boys, play it smart. Play it smart. Gotta be careful because of Sindora reigns supreme. Yeah, this is the boring part for melee. They do nothing for the next like 20 minutes. That's what it feels like anyway. If you want, you can try running a little closer to the wall there, Igmatic, so she runs a little further in. Alright, that's good. Max range it. Watch your threat, boys. Max range, watch
He
there.
has low threat right now.
Just be careful, everyone. Watch your threat. But make sure you're at max range. I don't want to see no conflagrations. And no aggro pulls, of course. Watch out, chill, Demi. Stop DPS, please. If your threat gets high, just stop DPS. It's not a race. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ready for Engineer Autonomous.
Well done. You have proven worthy to test your skills against my master engineer, Telonicus.
Anora Valore.
I'm gonna call up the pet.
Oh, thank you, okay.
Alright, let's get ready for the weapons. So you want to take on the right hand side of the room. So take it more closer to the devastation and a bow, by the way, not there. It's the wrong spot. You're on the wrong side. You want to take on the other side. Purple players we want to be, by the way, boys. Not there. Also need to interrupt the staff disintegration with like a shock or something to pull it in, by the way, not just let it cast. Alright, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and wipe it towards the entrance, because we're way too far behind the DPS, because they're in the wrong spot. So just everyone head towards the door, and good luck dying to the X as I pull it through you boys.
You don't have to pull it through us, though.
Sure I do. Remember, if you died up on the stairs, you need to release. Other one else can be rezzed.
So we kill Cosmic Infuser and then what?
On the assignment sheet, your hunters are doing also got RBS is Cosmic Confuser, and then anything you want basically with the bow last, but it should be Cosmic Confuser, Staff of Disintegration, Infinity Blades, and Warp Slicer. Melee are never DPSing on the bow or the shield.
One of the hunters, please don't slam 5,000 threat into the shield the moment it spawns.
Did I tank the weapons in the wrong location?
They were in the wrong spot, yes.
Okay, what is the correct spot?
So you see where the purple flare is right now? It's in front of Capanarian, not Telenicus for the weapons. Because you cannot move the bow easily, and in order to get in the AoE, you tank stuff on the right hand side, looking towards Kilthos.
Okay, so basically, the opposite side. Okay.
Yes. I mean, we can technically move the bow, but it requires some wonky randomness, so it's not fun.
Bowser, did you get res?
I was reading stuff. Thank you.
In case anybody wants that, I posted an image of what Phase 5 positioning for the Gravity Lapse looks like, and where the weapons spawn as well. So basically, Leto is going to be misdirecting the Staff of Disintegration, Cosmic Confuser, and Warp Slicer to our boy Vern. Vern will be picking up Phase Shift Bulwark and the Infinity Blade himself on the right. And then I'll be picking up Devastation on the center, and then Astral will be doing the bow on the right as well. So basically, if you look at that image, actually, where the Phase Shift Bulwark spawns is roughly where you want to tank everything.
Bubble Tea is assigned to Infinity Blade.
Yes. But you'll still be taking everything on the right. So you'll just pick it up immediately at the beginning, because Bubble Tea is also picking up the, what you would do, Hickey? The
Mace.
Users. So if you end up tanking it for a few seconds, it's fine, but he'll be able to take it off you after a bit. The important thing is just get all the weapons stacked up on the right. Like, DPS-wise, we were kind of okay. It looks like the weapons are dying at a good enough pace. So it's just a matter of cleaning up, getting in a good spot. The only problem we had there was the bow and the axe are just way behind. So, also hunters, after the staff dies, I would probably recommend just going to the bow to single target that. Just keep in mind you do not want to put your pet on there for two reasons. One, the pet will trigger it to blink and it'll move and go somewhere nasty. And two, the axe is taken on top of the bow and it'll just die.
So then Cosmic Infuser, then Staff, and then the bow for hunters.
Basically, hunters don't have an assign after the bow. Cosmic Confuser and Staff of Disintegration. There's no fixed order, basically. So you can go to the bow, so the bow will be done faster, so you can get it and do damage faster, or whatnot. Just make sure you're also picking up the Infinity Blade daggers, so you have them. They can definitely loot it. The Cosmic Confuser is being pulled out, and then by the time the bow dies anyway, the axe will be dead or mostly dead. Because what casters are going to do is, after the AoE is done, they're single targeting down the axe. And remember, we're going to finish off all the weapons before we go for any of the advisors. The only exceptions are going to be obviously the healers and the tanks that are assigned to their different targets. So if that becomes a situation where it looks like we don't have the time for the weapons, Vern, you're going to go ahead and pick up the axe off of me and then tank it. Also, to keep in mind, boys and girls, you can set all of these weapons. So getting stuns is really good here. Are you expected to silence? You are not, okay. You could also spec into silence. By the way, it's a Shadow Priest, and then you can cast silence on the Cosmic User, on the Staff Disintegration to move it really quickly into the AoE as well, by the way.
Yep.
Is a future pro tip. Either way, we'll do it again, get more practice. Like I said, as we get more practice, we get better. The DPS is definitely getting there. The DPS is definitely fine. It's just cleaning it up, boys. Alright, You know what time it is, boys? We need some power energy in this day.
Energy. Power. My people are addicted to it. The dependence made manifest after the Sunwell was destroyed.
We have 2 people AFK in the back.
Welcome to the future.
Ah, slackers.
Pity
Gauze.
to stop it. No one can stop me now.
The stuff in my face.
Mmm. Yeah, we all like putting a little cock in the mouth during raid too, I understand.
All up in there.
Anyways, boys, thaw out our ink. Focus, focus. Mr. Sly. He's pretty fly for a sly guy. Haha. Melee out.
No.
Watch out for the gauge change. Wormy boy. You know what time it is, melee. Sad times. Move away a bit. Don't want to get caught dead here, boys. The Ultra Boy, he's coming for you.
Oh no.
Alright, let's get ready for the Bloodlord. Alright, everyone let's get ready. Igmatic, get ready to tank. Top them up, boys. Let's get ready for that mystery.
Thus endure I reign supreme.
Just keep running it. Alright, watch your threat, boys. Max range, at least 31 yards more away. Alright, boys, you know what time it is. It's time to get ready for Telecus. What are we watching? Threat. How are we watching it? Easily. We're getting crazy lucky with these toys, not gonna lie. Alright, to get your weapons, just put your consecrate down, immediately go over to this spot, Vern.
Is 2 Mias okay to use here?
Yeah, you can use 2 minute cooldowns, it's fine. Because we only need to get a face for it. And probably can AoE now, right?
There we go. Over aggro on Cosmic Confusion.
By the way, if you're aggro sign Cosmic Confused, you can throw a few Shadow Bolts at Devastation. You don't have to go crazy on it. But controlling your threat is just as important as doing good damage. Nah, I'm gonna save your Ankh, so. Sigmatic, make sure you loot a staff and get in position.
I can't loot. Oh, what the hell?
Yep. 10 seconds the next phase, everyone get ready for your ads. So bubble tea, get back in your spot, burn, tank off whatever targets are loose. Continue to... Alright, just go ahead and wipe it up at the entrance. So yeah, bit behind on the weapons, as you can see. But that gets cleaned up as we get better and better at the AoE. I believe there was a lot of times the AoE wasn't hitting the whatchamacallit?
The staff keeps moving out.
Yes. Oh, go ahead and release, by the way, because the event's restarted, so chill, you need a release.
I'm gonna go ahead and run back and just spec into silence for this.
Alright. Alright, should be safe to relog in and start resing if you DC'd out.
I wonder if there was ever bug when you get to keep legendary.
There was a bug early on where the arrows didn't despawn. So yeah, like, for example, like the let's looking at some shuttable damage, like Warp Slicer didn't get much damage from Seed. The Longbow barely got any. Devastation was low on the damage compared to other items. Like, I'm looking
What's the? I'm supposed to. What's the? I don't know what the AOE is on the Devastator.
Whirlwind or something?
Yeah, it's just doing a whirlwind. No, yeah. I was talking about the Seed of Corruption is what I was talking about. I'm looking at the Warlocks and like just looking at how much AoE is hitting them and.
Yeah, so you need me close, but not too close.
Yes. Like I said, it takes some practice. The other thing, Vern, is just when the engineer is about to die, basically just be up in the left side, and as soon as he dies, drop a consecrate and then run on over to the right hand side. I see the weapon spawn pretty fast.
Yep.
That way you get an extra tick there, and then you're also in position to pick up where the bulwark spawns. Because ideally, if you're standing on the right hand side where the bulwark is, you generally will have a decent enough spot, and we can adjust from that. But yeah, I'm just like looking at the details of the ads getting hit and what they're getting hit mostly by. So yeah, Seed of Corruption was just pretty low on a lot of the weapons from a lot of people. Well, mostly the staff. I mean the axe and the bow. But yeah. Another thing you all could do as well, Warlocks, instead of single target DPSing on the Infuser, you can cast your first few Shadow Bolts on the Axe at the beginning of Devastation, and that way you can cast a Shadow Bolt, and then move to Cosmic Infuser. That way you don't have to worry about pulling through it. But yeah, just as a reminder, this is a very threat-intense fight in this section, so you just have to be very careful of it all.
I went on ahead and respec'd into silence as well.
Alright. And don't forget to re-equip your weapons if you unequipped it for the fight. But yeah, generally we're going to want to make sure the staff, the mace, staff, dagger, and sword at minimum are down before the new phase of ads are spawning. And at that point we want to make sure the shield, the axe, and the bow are low, if not dead. And melee, you can technically DPS on the axe. You just have to want to wait for a whirlwind and then just pew pew it after that, and then be mindful if you see it starting to spin, stun and run out.
Staff was casting Frostbolt on my pair. Is that aggro threat?
Randomly hits with the thing, I believe. Also, I believe with the staff, it does a Frost Nova, and whoever's currently threat target, if they Frost Nova's got to run away. So I believe we also need a freedom rotation on, I'm guessing, Vern, who should be tanking the staff. Well, not necessarily rotation, but just, use it more often. Okay, so let's just get our buffs back up and down, boys. Should have enough time for 1 to 2 more tries where we have to clear out the trash once again. Just missing a Fortitude on Altar Boy. And a... Alright. Everyone is ready for action, boys. You know what that means? It's go time. So did you guys hear about the energy and power? That being said, boys, we are still making some progress every pull, so just gotta keep it up.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty well. Pull it in. Melee out. And that's why you need melee out. He's not going to gaze anybody, so just make sure you're pulling pets back and all that. Subnormal. So yeah, this is why melee out. Levia take the res, please. Levia take the res. Levia take the res. Leva take the res. Melee out. Melee out. Give Leva salvation. I don't care about any other buff. So what have we learned here, melee? Don't be greedy.
If you're not first, you're last.
If you're dead, you're last. Dying in phase 1 is pain. Don't forget to raise your pet full auto. But yeah, the biggest difference there is when the gaze fades, because you die, it doesn't gaze anybody, it just beats the shit out of whoever's closest to him, so it can be nasty. Kills pets for no reason. Remember, phase 1 DPS is irrelevant. Honestly, all the DPS phases are kind of irrelevant except for 2 and 3. But survival is the #1 DPS method on this boss. Watch threat, boys. Astro's high. Alright, let's get ready for the next friend.
Thus endure I reign supreme.
This is when the melee DPS have the most fun in this encounter. Alright, boys, just watch this in case you adjust again. Alright, go ahead and DPS, watch your threat, and remember, maybe at least 31 yards away.
Ash, when phase 3 starts, you wanted me to taunt off of you?
You basically pick up any weapons other than the shield off of the tanks. So Bubble can just taunt it and take it with him over to Sanguinar, but other than that, yeah, you just tank the axe if I have still up. That way I can go tank the engineer.
Okay.
Without having to move the axe around everywhere, of course. And remember, if you're not assigned healer or tank for an add in phase 3, you're finishing off any weapons first, then Daladred. Alright, Telenicus boys.
Watch.
We're in like crazy good bombs with toys, the hell. I mean, well, not crazy good, like better things than Warlocks, but it's about to fade on all. But Bubble Tea is kind of unfortunate right at the end, though. If you have a free action potion, I recommend using it. Also, don't worry, you can demo shot on the weapons to lower damage. Try to get the weapons a little closer to the bow if you guys can. Like right there is perfect. Alright, AoE boys, AoE, AoE, AoE. Just try to cosmic confuse it towards the group as best you can, Bubble. I know you're stunning, but good job. Oh, burn that staff, boys, burn that staff. Stun it as best you can as well. How did Leto die?
I think he pulled aggro on the infuser.
It's unfortunate. Alright, let's go to the Infinity Blades Warp Station, boys. Get them down. Hunters can swap to the bow. Remember, no pets on the bow, only range attacks. Oh, 2 days out. Oh, Ash Tongue down. It's gonna go ahead and be a wipe, but a little bit better on the DPS there, aside from Leto dying. I think 2-Day might have got a bit close to, yep, a little bit close to devastation. Alright, remember, if you were dead up on the platform, we need to go ahead and release, so 2-Day myself. Slime, I want to get off the top. Demigod's release. Just go find the engineer, the bitch about to spawn, you'll die nice and quick. You don't want to stand on top of her, it's actually fastest to all jump up in one clump, because then you get bombs and all that, they'll kill you real quick. Alright, and as soon as you die, do we have any swipe recovery back over there or no?
I can try and do a jumper cables.
You could try. Better to save Ankh for the boss fight if we get to like a good phase 3, phase 4, and have it just in case.
I got DC off.
Alright, just gotta wait for everyone to die so the encounter resets, or someone got up near the door. Sounds like he's in a reset loop right now, boys, so whoever is in there needs to, if they're in combat, go die, please.
Wormy, that's your.
Up there, Wormy. There.
Nope, still in combat. Anybody else still in there? I mean, I guess Full Auto needs to go visit the corpse as well.
Yep, full auto. You're in combat.
I disconnected.
Yeah, DC Macroplex it up. Go visit Kael Boss and die.
That's where.
Looks like it reset.
Yep. Do we need to run back or?
I would, yes. Also, by the way, I think we need to assign one interrupter to the staff to try to interrupt its cast as much as we can, just to reduce the damage taken and to prevent, you know, unfun things.
I'll get it with inertia.
Yeah, maybe just even from the beginning, you could just focus more on the staff winners to get the interrupts up. So, yeah. That last attempt is looking a little bit better. Dying, the people that died was a bit unfortunate, but that's mostly down to just watching your threat boys and then not getting too close to the axe. So today, I don't think you can quite hit the axe and not be killed by it with your arcane explosion, so just don't worry about doing it. Let the warlock seeds mostly handle that. And then once basically the first 3 weapons die, just swap to single target blasting the axe. Also, casters, after you kill the main weapons, go for the axe, then the shield, and then help on the bow if it's lifted up. Either way, so while we're still kind of stuck in phase 2 at the moment, boys, it's, you know, slight improvements every time. A few more attempts and we should be able to clear that wonderful hurdle that is phase 2, and then we can work on getting phase 3 down. But everyone will notice pretty much that once you get phase 2 figured out, phase 3 is actually pretty easy, and then phase 4 is when the next hurdle comes. So let's just get everybody summoned in here, and then we can go ahead and continue getting our buffs down. And then we can get another shot in. This should be our last try before trash respawns. So let's get a good one in. Alright, everyone's here. Let's get their reses up and down, boys. Res some pets that are dead. Also, Astorp, if it's possible for the next week of raids, can you go ahead and get an owl pet with Screech? That'd be fantastic. As the survival. So Asteroid basically Screech lowers attack power on top of Dimlish out, so you can use max rank Recklessness with no worries of making the damage more. So you lose a little bit of damage via the pet, but you gain a lot of damage to the raid. Leva, you are missing a certain buff that's very powerful for Feral. You need a little more clarity in your day and age. Subnormal. Alright boys, everyone is ready. You know what that means. Give it to me, baby. And what are we gonna do, boys, this time? Not die in phase 1, right? We're gonna move out of a certain effect. Might be a little slower, you might lose a little bit of DPS, but living is key. Yeah, this fight is all about not being too greedy and pulling aggro when you really don't need to. Yeah, and re-equip weapons if you had replaced them. Time for the Darkener, Valadred. It's Astorf. Alright, you know what time it is, melee. If you're close to it, move away. Melee out, melee out. Sun, pull it in. Melee out. Bubble tea. And melee out. Try to get him a little further up on the platform next, boys. Vern. Alright, let's get ready for our next trend.
Blood for blood.
Be mindful of growth threat, boys. Alright, you got it. Make sure you're topped up and you're ready for the bitch.
The Sindori reign supreme.
Make sure everyone adjusts properly. Watch for the flame strikes. Or I should say, Conflag's max range. Alright boys, time to assume this position.
Aldi knows all about assuming positions.
You two bone already? Just do it. Get it over with.
boys. Let's get those weapons. Looking good, looking good. Watch out, you guys are getting a bit close to the axe too. Alright, just burn down those infinity blades. Make sure you get that staff on equipped so you can start putting your buff on. Enigmatic.
We need to move to the right. The Eldred's right there on our behind us.
That's fine. Alright, let's finish getting these weapons done, boys. With that warp slicer focus down, and then get devastation down casters. Alright, assume your positions, boys. Vern, take my target, take the axe, and stun. Melee focus the axe. You're gonna have to do that now. Alright, everyone, let's get your positions. So we're just a bit behind on the weapons, I think it's causing the problem, so let's go ahead and wipe it up, of course. Alright, everyone is releasing and running back. We're not doing any wipe recovery here. We're all going to meet down below the ads, and we're going to take a short break, wait for trash respawns, redo the trash, and then finish the raid, boys. Don't forget to re-equip weapons. On that note, though, it was looking pretty decent. I think we should need to be a little more aggressive with the AoE, actually, boys.
Are there supposed to be misdirects in this phase?
Yes, they are assigned. Well, we're not
Okay.
distracting as Astorf because he's tanking.
Asthmatic did not get his for sure.
Oh, in phase 3? No, there's none in phase 3, sorry.
Well, he did not pick up his ad.
Yeah, you need to be in your position about 10 seconds before the next phase and ready to pick them up, boys. So, bare minimum. Also, you got to be careful with your DPS, boys. Like Galnar, you died because you were DPSing on the base ship bulwark.
It seems like Salad Rat was moving faster than in the first phase.
Nah, it's the same. It's just there's a lot more going on, so it feels like it. Yeah, it's all good, boys. We're still getting everything figured out and learned. We're making that better progress. We're just now at that point where we need to optimize the DPS a little bit more. Like maybe be a little more aggressive on the AoE. DPS harder, even if that means you have to swap to an alternate target for a few shots or a few hits or a few spells or whatever. You don't need a quiver, Astor.
Hey, so we're taking a break.
We are going to take about a 5-minute break once we all gather up, and then we can do it.
Wait, you don't need quiver for the bow because he's using gun.
Yeah, the quiver or the ammo pouch doesn't matter. They both apply the same attack speed. It's just one can't hold the other's ammo.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, can you use arrow if you can't?
No, but he can
use
just have like
ammo?
600,000 arrows if he doesn't have any, and then just when you make the arrows, you're going to use those. So there's a 30-second window when you equip when you won't be able to shoot, I guess, if you don't have arrows. When that happens, yeah, Burn can tank it even in the middle of the room, honestly. But ideally, we'll have very few, if no weapons, up at that point. All right. Gonna sort us a break timer, boys. Have yourselves 5 minutes. So basically, 14:15 past the hour. Once we get that gathered up, we'll then go through trash. Oh, someone was up in the room. Anyways, everyone take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome to the future. A pity you're
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Looks like we're missing Astor, Pullin, TDA, Vespin, Bowser, Aldi, and Subnormal.
No, I'm here.
Let's all get online, boys, and let's get ready to rock. We got some trash to take care of again, so we can get more practice in on Kael boss. Alright. I think we might need to get a summon on our boy Astor. Leva is currently not here, so let's get him summoned in as well.
That spell isn't ready yet.
And once they're here, we'll go ahead and get a nice quick trash re-clear, and then let's hope we get a nice quick boss re-clear. KW. Alright. Pretty much everyone's here. Let's get bumped up. We can start clearing through the trash. Same as we did before, remember? Remember your targets, boys? Same thing as before. Bubble Tea and Ashton getting misstrikes in the back on a line of sight. And life will be good. This is a ready check saying you are ready to go, go, go. Alrighty. Looks like the Warlocks are pretty much all ready, so it's good enough for me. Misstrikes up. Alright, and let's go. Pull. Just keep it focused, boys. Keep it focused. I'm stunned. Be careful. Alright, let's go on that cross. Alright, our next target is going to be purple. Once again, remember to make sure we spam peer on it. Peer, peer, peer. Alright, and let's go for the other Centurion. Green next, green next. After this, we'll do circle after this. Remember, no tanking, it's all about kiting. Alright. Gotta get circle. Remember, if you don't interrupt his casts, and if you have aggro, run away. Keep it with slows. If it's getting close to somebody, give it a taunt. Like a paladin taunt, that is. Even healer paladins can do that. Alright, and let's get the last target. Alright, same thing. Let hunters or casters break it. Keep slows on it, frost shocks, whatever. It is not tankable, otherwise you die like that.
Flat. Slow it!
Yep, gotta keep slows on it, boys. You know, just concussion shot, frostbolt, frost shock, whatever. Oh, look. Got him. Who's interested in Benzo Celestial Archer?
Let's go, hunters. Let's go. Huge.
Anybody interested in Benzo Celestial Archer? Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, all to get some bracers. Alright, let's get ready for the next group of trash. It's that patrol, 2cc, and some freedom. Alright, it's on its way. Now we're going to brain down the ramp just a little bit so we don't accidentally make a second set of friends. Alright, everyone get ready. Let's get a freedom on Ash Tonk, please. Alright, we're going to go for circle next. Remember to keep it peered. Circle, circle. And let's finish with the start. Peer, peer, peer. More sheep, doesn't really matter. It's kind of like those axe throwers in the Zul'Gru where you have to keep peering them or sheeping them so they don't fuck the raid up, eh? Alright, we're gonna get ready for this next group of trash again. Same thing as last pack. Alright, and Mistrix up on Bubble Tea and Ash Tonk. Pull in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ash Tonk is stunned. Be careful, threat. I have to say, boys, we're doing really good with the trash. Most people fuck up so hard in this trash. Alright. After the cross, we are going to go for purple next. Purple, 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 purple. Spear, peer, peer. Gotta keep hearing, gotta keep hearing. Alright, we are going for the green. Igmatic is dead, so someone else to spam peer, please. Any warlock should hit it with fear. Come on. Come on. Fierce. 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 Next target is going to be circle. Hunters break it and kite it along. Remember, concussive shots and all that other fun stuff. Hamstring it once it's on to someone else. Whatever you want to do. Just don't try to melee tank it. Don't interrupt Blizzard so we can get lots of fun free damage. Alright, and then let's go ahead and get the sheep. After that, we'll get the dead up. Or use fear. Don't bother using the sheep on this one. Just one of the warlocks. Just fear it, please. If it's getting close to somebody, but otherwise, just kite it. Rip. Didn't think it was that high.
I dropped the vortex on the back.
Cool. I can get a worry about it when I'm alive. I'm gonna survive, but not today. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move in and do the last patrol pack here in a moment. So how's everybody been enjoying the Kael floss and the Kael floss trash so far today?
It's not as fun as I thought it would be.
Only your wife before we get to the fun part of it. Alright, let's get ready for that next patrol. We're gonna pull it back in there like we did last time. Alright, just go ahead and get a misdirect on the skull to Ashtonk, and then CC the other ones when they get in the door. Go ask Dwarf. Well, he's not here, so it's fine. Just anybody do it. Alright, after this, we're going through a circle. Remember to keep up the fears, boys. We don't want people dying to silly things. After this, we'll go for the sheep. Rip.
Rise, my rogue friend.
Well, he was spinning to win, and Galinar was the loser, and that didn't change. Galinir, I should say, I guess. Spinning again, boys. Remember, we gotta keep up the fears. Alright, we'll do the back group again next. Everyone knows how to do it, I'm hoping. Just make sure someone misdirects the square to burn. Other than that, everyone wants to pick up their targets. Pulling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Freedom Ashtonk. Remember, hunters, while you're DPSing on the cross, you want your pets on the square. When we kill the skull, it is. Prox is a dangerous man.
Push it to the limit. It's Prox's song right now.
Alright, let's finish off square and then we'll get on the star. After this, we'll just do a quick about face and we'll get that other group on the left side of the room. Alright, let's get the star, boys and girls. Remember to keep a peer up on it so it doesn't wreck our melee. Alright, we are pulling this next one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Freedom Ashtonk. Burn may or may not have taunted off of me. Alright, same split as always. Ranged on cross, melee and pets on square. Mr. TDA over here is like sheep, 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 sheep. Riveting gameplay.
Day 47. I cast my 386 sheep today.
At least he's doing more damage that way.
Let's finish off the square, boys. Alright, casters get on the start. Get up here on it, boys, so pets and melee don't die. Alright, one last pack of trash to go, and then you know we get, boys, another hour and a half of glorious kill boss.
We don't have MD for 15.
Astorp has one. He can misdirect Vern on square. Alright, incoming boys. Freedom on Ashtonk. Alright, but almost split, boys. Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask. Turbo, in phase 2, are you applying cursor elements to all the weapons? Or no? Do you do any damage or AoE? Rip procs? Yeah, so that's it. Were you putting cursor elements on all the ads? Like when all the weapons respawned? Okay, cool. Yeah, that adds a lot of damage, so. Normally the Affliction does it, but we don't have one tonight, so it's all good. Anyways, boys, let's get all the juicy buffs out of the way, so we're in the most beautiful shape possible to go ahead and get ourselves another wonderful, fun, possibly exciting Kael Fosco. Let's make some progress in phase 2. Now, before we do another poll, is there anybody that has any questions about what we were doing in phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3? Or needs clarification, or like clarification, or anything like that?
We're gonna start AoE a little bit earlier this time.
That plus having the curse elements and everything would probably make it a little more potent. Also, Winters, like I said, just try to focus as many interrupts on the staff as you can after it's in position.
Why is it so difficult to pick up weapons sometimes?
Sometimes you literally just don't go over the weapon because you might die in the process, or someone else might die in the process. Generally, the healing mace is being pulled out as best we can, but we can't guarantee that. But if something dies in the backside and it's close to the axe and it whirlwinds, and you go in and don't notice, you die. Or if you're a healer and every healer at once goes and grabs the mace, and they're not healing, and then a tank dies. So just you have 1 minute from the time the weapon dies to loot it. So do your best to loot it. All the melee will loot at least a mace and a staff as well, so everybody can be good, and then we can go from there. Want to buy Leva online?
Back to me.
I thought by limiting half their hit points, they'd be grateful. Yeah, but the problem is the weapons are the important part, and they've changed how the DC's thingy works, so probably come back in outside, out of combat, and kind of fuck us. We'll give him a minute, see if he gets back online. If not, we'll go without him. Yeah, weapons are up. We'll just try to bring them more towards the middle of the room as best we can. That way it's less moving around for anybody that could possibly toss you heal and DPS on them. And yeah, once the weapons start getting a bit lower, then yeah, it's basically always going to be Cosmic Confuser first, as everyone's single targeting except for when we're AoEing. Warlocks, honestly, even instead of DPS, even the Cosmic Confuser, you could just throw like a Shadow Bolt or something in Devastation. That way you don't have to worry about threat on your first shot, and then you can turn and start doing Cosmic Confuser. But it's always going to be Cosmic Confuser, Staff of Disintegration, and then after that, people can spot out based on what they need to do. Infinity Blade is important. Warp Slicer is big. The shield's probably the second most important item. It's all the bits. Alright, so it looks like Leva is probably not coming back in the near future. So we're going to just go ahead and do a ready check and go down 1. So let's see if we can make some progress minus the DPS, boys. And then if he's not back after this go at it, then we will replace, I suppose. Alright, everyone's here but him. Let's move in, boys. Time for some big dick DPS.
Power. My people are addicted to it.
Energy.
Power. Sunwell was destroyed. Welcome to the future.
Doesn't matter how small your dick really is, you're gonna DPS like you got a big one.
Except not in this phase.
DPS like you got a big one this phase as long as you don't die. As long as you don't pull threat, and don't die to stupid shit, you can do whatever you want. Big dick damage. Full auto. Remember, this whole phase 1 is all about control and not dying to stupid stuff. Melee out. Time for her to move out melee.
didn't agree with you.
Blood for blood.
Alright, boys. It's time to assume the positions for the hoe. She's trying to steal your man. Can't have that. Right, so I'll get in position, boys. Proxy, I'll be in position to play a fucking chaos run. Not quite yet. Just one more second. Alright, now you should be good. Alright. Minimum 31 yards away. If you're too close, you are bad. Bad. So push it to the limit. Man, they're so lucky they don't have any void zones to worry about, eh, Twaka? By the way, on the engineer, we are going to stop DPS if it is on Vern, by the way, until it fades. Incoming engineer. Stop DPS, actually. Stop DPS. We want to let it fade off the Warlock so they can max DPS. So stop DPS for a bit. We'll continue DPS when Chilling's toy is at 15 seconds, unless Vern or another Warlock gets it. Big better. Alright, we're going to be chilling for another 30-something seconds, boys. No DPS. Starting to get some really bad toys here, boys. Alright, that one's fine. Alright, we're gonna give it another 15 seconds, and then we'll probably kill him. Alrighty, and... let's see what the next toy is. Alright, that one's not the best, but it's fine. We can go ahead and do it. Kill it. If you have any free action potions, you can also use those as well, Bubble.
Yep.
Try to aim a bit closer to the boys. It's a little too close. You want to be a little closer to the entrance, otherwise melee are going to get slapped. I know I'm being very picky, but... kind of want the weapons right around Bubble Tea is standing, by the way. Try to get that staff in a little bit closer as well. Yep, AoE hard, boys, AoE hard. Winners, you can actually go ahead and lust here. Just, yeah, AoE your asses off locks. Remember, focus more on DPSing, don't worry about getting your weapons right away. The bow got hit with melee, that was very unfortunate. No melee, even pets can go on the bow, by the way, boys. 30 seconds to our next one. Alright, let's get ready. We're getting close to the next phase. Alright, Vern, go ahead and take over the devastation. Everyone get to your positions. Hunters and casters, finish off the items we need. Try to hang up closer towards the middle if you can. Everyone get your weapons. Equip them. Everyone be ready. Make sure you're in your spots. Make sure you're in your spots.
Targeted me straight away as I was picking up the weapon.
You gotta be careful with the weapon with the axe, especially so. Remember, casters finish off weapons. You want to finish off the axe? Well, it doesn't matter. It's all. Got people down. So let's go ahead and go for the wipe. We want to try to go ahead and die at the entrance so we can res as many heals so we can get back and going as fast as we can. A little bit better on the weapons there. We're much higher up than we were in the last previous. Just got to get a little bit more DPS on them and think we got a W. Making that slow but steady progress. So I think we only have what, the axe up right now? That's not bad. Alright, so if you are dead on the platform, you have to release. You have to release. Alright, should be fine. You can start resing Aldi. Don't worry to call your totem back Aldi, by the way. And when I say people on the platforms need to release, only the people on the platforms need to release, by the way. So basically, if you're on the stairs upwards, you need to release. Otherwise, you should be fine. Maybe the two little circles right below the stairs upwards, but that's about it. Any word on Olivia, Mr. Subnormal? Or should we find a replacement?
The axe moves while it's whirlwinding, right?
Yes, it does not. Locked in. However, you can stun it.
Yeah, I stunned the first one.
Technically, if Galinar wants, when like most weapons are dead, he can just keep kidney shotting, vanish, and just stun it as best he can that way. But yeah, generally speaking, when the weapons are getting low, the caster should go for the axe and then do the bulwark last.
I mean, the axe killed Galanir last pull, and one of the previous pulls as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, melee should not bother axe, basically, unless they absolutely have to, so. Which should be never. So, basically, caster should AoE until basically the bulwark, the bow, and devastation's up. At that point, caster should probably kill devastation, then the bulwark. Melee should never hit the bulwark, and then, yeah, never hit the bow. So when it's the bulwark, devastation, and the bow, melee are basically done with weapons. Alright, who do we have online we could possibly use to replace Leva? Yeah, we could probably pull on Zoid. Wouldn't be worse to have a second Shadow Priest. Buzz, you get the res?
Yeah, I took a piss.
No response from Zoid. Well, we don't really have any replacements, so we will go 24. Make sure we have our buffs up, boys. The fear is 30-yard range, yes. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Make sure your weapons are equipped. And let's get ready to rock the wonderful thing. If you already have the buff, it won't apply it to you. But it gives you like a 15-minute buff. It's like a blue shield-looking icon. That is what protects you. Yeah, it's possible. Alright, boys, let's head in and get another go, eh? That was a very good last attempt. Let's just repeat that same thing, a little more clean. But Ultra doesn't have his staff on. What is this?
My staff.
Yeah, brother.
Staffs are a trauma trigger to me.
No.
Thunderbolt. Alright, boys. Out melee. Here, we want to kind of up the ramp, not away, please. So up on the platform, not away. Melee away, by the way. What's up, what? Melee might want to be careful. He's just going to start beating on pets and melee, so melee away.
We've lost GDA.
Oh. I'll go ahead and res TDA, I suppose. When he's up, just give him a quick light buff around.
Can I get a fear word, please?
You have it.
So TDA, just don't DPS and regen mana this phase, this one. Rather have you ready to go for the weapons and stuff. So like wand for procs maybe or something, lol.
I'll try to pump and get you some mana.
Yeah, not matter. He's gonna have literally 2 mini bosses he can regen on, really. Yeah, he invisibility to drink. Alright, next ad boys, let's do it. Someone can give him a wisdom and a kings, be fantastic paladins, or wisdoming on a mage. Alright, so everyone wait for threat. And slow adjust, please. Alright boys, time for the engineer. TDA, you can ice block it. And get your mana up for the next phase, my friend.
My T5 is broken, fuck.
So Bell get the thing as well, eh?
That is horrible timing with demigods getting right into the death zone. Go ahead and lust hunters.
Interrupt staff.
Go ahead and get that staff down, boys. Keep AoE. Get the Independent Blades next, and then Warp Slicer. Alright, 30 seconds to next phase. Make sure you have your staffs equipped. Come on, keep it up. Casters switch to Devastation. Hunters switch to Longbow. Remember, no melee hits, no pets on the Longbow, guys. No pets on the Longbow. Letto. Letto. Alright, and everyone's getting to assume your position. Burn, take my target.
Caster, stay on the weapon.
Yeah, every DPS stay on the weapons except for, you know, if you can't do it. Make sure you loot your weapons and use them when you can.
The shield is still
Oh.
up.
Yeah, that's fine. Just take it over to, what's his face? Oh, Winters. When you have your staff on and use it, stand near, Bubble T in range, so if he gets hit with the thing, he doesn't get stunned, the toy.
Yeah, it staff despawned before I could get it.
I got it.
So all DPS on Thaladred, boys. Even melee should be helping. Try to take the fear guy more into the corner if you can, Bubble, so it's a little further in, so DPS don't get feared. Remember, Gay Squad on just second phase 1. As soon as Thaladred's down, DPS splits, melee go on Sanguinar, range go on Capanarian. So have a minute and 45 seconds to beat this phase, boys.
Did you get staff buff, Bubble?
You'd have to be within 30 yards of him, so you have to stay
I
within
did.
30 yards. It's an aura, so.
Oh, okay. Gotcha, I'll go over to.
Alright, remember ranged / casted DPS is on Capanarian. And then we have melee DPS on Sanguinar. One hunter to apply.
TDA, get out of there, TDA.
Yeah, TDA, you're going to be on Sanguinar. And then one hunter apply the debuff stacks on Sanguinar for the melee DPS, please.
I stopped all hunters on Sanguinar.
Yeah, you still have Sanguinar, that's fine.
You guys still need me?
Sanguinar in the middle of an attempt at the moment. Yeah, stick around, we're still at 24. Is the Sanguinar down?
Almost.
45.
Alright, when they die, I'm going to stop running in circles, so just let me know.
Bubble T, I need a new fear ward.
You can use a shield to burst the fear. No, he just use
I can
his
use the shield.
Okay, okay.
Alright, and the DPS is good on Telenicus once your ads are down. We need to make sure we get Sanguinar down ASAP. All DPS kill Sanguinar. Bubbles are heading towards Kael Foss. All DPS is going to be on Engineer. 3 seconds. Remember to keep the debuff up on our boy Bubble. And then watch out for Flame Strikes. All DPS on Telenicus. All DPS on Telenicus. Keeping the debuff up on Bubble, keeping him healed. Vern, you're going to be keeping an eye out for Phoenixes when they spawn. We have a bit for the first one. First mind controls are in 5. Oh, we need a staff within range of them. Rip. I forgot about that. Sorry. Someone with the
Bosses
staff,
on Vern.
Yeah, someone with the staff go up to the tanks. Someone with the staff go up to the tanks.
On it.
Watch for that flame strike. Move, 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 move. Yep.
Where is the Phoenix coming from?
Phoenix will spawn anywhere in the room within range of them, boys. Right,
Within
so
40 yards of Kael?
Pretty much, yeah. Alright, there it's spawning. Watch out. Flame strike, flame strike, flame strike. Move, move, move. Also, try to always move towards the group. There it goes. I'm mind controlled.
Hunters, please don't immediately hit Phoenix.
There's no DPS on the Phoenix. All DPS stays on Kael until called otherwise.
We need a staff up by
No
the
heals?
tanks.
Yeah, we need to heal people, guys. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a wipe. So everyone start heading towards the entrance. If you're dead on the stairs, release immediately. Otherwise, run, run, run. Or the Phoenix is also immune to taunt, so you want no DPS on it, boys. You'll always call this DPS. If you're dead on the stairs, please release immediately. So Vern, release. Igmatic, just get a release. Remove the totems. All that fun stuff, boys. Just everyone hug the Phoenix. It's the fastest way to die. That was a very, very good show, though, boys. Very good first try. Rip Bloodlust. That one was looking very, very good. Let's get some Zoidberg up in here to give us the reinforcements.
I was just MDing that Phoenix.
Phoenix is just DPS.
Two different hunters spiked to over 3,000 threat on the Phoenix less than a second after it spawned. They just immediately swapped and smacked it.
They probably all tried to do misdirect, and then they probably just DPS'd it. Then it's fine. But yeah, that was a very, very good attempt, by the way, boys. So let's just all get in. Let's get wipe recovered, and let's do it again. It's looking good. But yeah, either myself or everyone will pick it up, and as long as no one's DPSing it, it's easy to take care of. So just be mindful, and then remember, no DPS on the Phoenix until called for. All DPS is going to be on Kael. We're going to do the first shock barrier, and then after that first shock barrier is when we'll worry about the Phoenix. Also keep in mind when the Phoenix dies, all DPS, including the melee, have to immediately swap and DPS the egg. No exceptions.
For mind control, should the hunter just worry about ranged and then the melee take care of the melee?
Pretty much, but if you see someone really close to you, smack them, and if there's like mind control still going, just hit them. Doesn't matter who it is, break them.
Just don't want to be running too much, right?
Yeah, you don't have to run around too much, but I mean, if there's like someone that isn't too far, even in melee range, you can run in a few steps, smack them, and then move out. So, as I had mentioned, Phase 2 is the first hard part. Phase 3 isn't too bad. And then Phase 4 is the next roadblock, boys. So, that's the first time getting a pretty good Phase 2 down. So, we just need to repeat that.
Anybody raising, by the way?
There is not, it looks like. But soon enough, it looks like people are mostly back, so might as well wait at this point.
You said that they did nerf this fight?
This is the nerfed version, yes. So the advisors used to have like 950,000 hit points instead of like the 750. Kalfoss used to have 13 million instead of 10.6. The weapons had like double the hit points they have now. The eggs had 200k hit points instead of 150k or whatever it was.
I have a feeling they're gonna have to nerf it again.
Nah.
The EU team got Kael down without it being nerfed, so we can do that. We can definitely do it nerfed.
I'm talking about for other people that are struggling. Not us. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're making really good progress, actually. That last attempt was great. If I was more on the bar with keeping bubble tea warded up, we probably were okay.
You don't need a fear ward at all in Phase 3. You just need one at the beginning of Phase 3 since you might not have the shield buff.
Yeah, it wasn't what I meant. I meant with the staff.
Ah, yeah.
I was under the impression for some reason that it was like a spell, like a buff, instead of an aura.
Kick W is so normal.
Anything special I should know about how you guys do it?
Not really. Biggest thing is, as a Shadow Priest in Phase 1, you can DPS Telenicus. If he's chasing you, you run away. We want to kill him on the stairs up top. You can DPS on Sanguinar. As a Shadow Priest, you can only basically Shadow Word Pain on Capanarian, because you need to be at least 31 yards away from her. And she's going to be tanked in the back, so you want to wait for her to get in position, and then you do it. Then with Telenicus, you can DPS him. Just don't pull threat because he throws bombs and they do a lot of damage. Phase 2, you just DPS the weapons, watching your threat so you don't pull them out. Did you spec into silence by any chance, Zoid, or no?
No, I can if you want. I guess it's kind of late now, but
No, it's not important. We already have Altar Boy with it, but generally you might want to try that spec in the future. That way you can use it to move mobs along, but Without Alter Boy here, normally you do silence on the staff when they first spawn, so it moves over nice and tight into the group, so it gets into the AoE range.
Sure.
But anyways, for now, you can probably just see the assignment page if you like. But basically, on phase 2 killer, you're always going to kill the Cosmic Infuser first. If your threat gets high, swap to a different weapon. Probably do like a Devastation or something like that if you
Can I
like.
just dot them all, or we really need to focus one down?
You really want to focus the Mace down most because it AoE heals.
Okay.
But if your threat gets too high, you can swap to another target for like a Mind Blast or something like that, then swap back to get a few seconds of threat. The other thing you need to do is when you're able to, you want to loot the staff, equip it, and then once you have it equipped, after 30 seconds, you can right click it to apply your buff. Obvious. And then after that, you're going to be caster DPSing on basically just all the weapons with applying the debuff. So the caster DPS is basically Cosmic Infuser, the staff. Then after that, you are going to go for Infinity Blades, and then after that, you go for Devastation.
I can figure it out as we go along. Just give me any info that's gonna wipe the raid type stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
killing the weapons is the wipe the raid part.
Okay.
After that, phase 3 happens. You basically just do the same thing. You kill Daladrid first. Then as a Shadow Priest, you're actually going to go visit our boy Sanguinar, the Bloodlord, because you can't DPS Caphanirian anyway. So you just go over and DPS on him. And then after that, you go Telenicus. And then phase 4, it is break my. Well, you can't really worry about breaking my angels. You don't bury the dagger. It's move out of the flame strike. Kill eggs when called for, and that's basically it. Phase 5 just spread out as the picture shows in the assignment channel. Prox is having PC issues. What the fuck? But yeah, those are pretty much it. I guess subnormal, since you don't have any 200 X skill, you could just use the Warp Slicer Infinity Blade combo and do a dual wield, whatchamacallit. That way you get that juicy run speed and attack speed from the Warp Slicer.
This is your chance to play Fury, sub. Do it.
Yes, Fury. Dual wield arms hype. Black screen when he tries to load the game up. Interesting.
Is it the windowed mode setting?
Maybe?
Maybe his monitor got turned off.
Yeah, the only problem with a 17-year-old game that can't run on the toaster is that it's coded for old hardware that has, built-in hardware supported features that are now software emulated, and software emulation's garbage as fuck. And the 2 GB hard limit is brutal. Fucking Prox is griefing us, man. The hell's the people griefing us today? Talk about a boner killer, man. Get phase 4. Nice progress with 24 people. And then rip. Alright, we'll give it another minute. If he doesn't log in, then we'll 24 man with no enhancer shaman, boys. Easy. Yep, Kael is a high intensity, high time consuming boss to progress, so.
TDA, you better be careful. Aldi's gonna do more damage than you.
Back in Discord.
Oh, Prox, any luck?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, kind of.
Prox, the erection killer, swear man.
Get it? Erection?
Oh
sorry.
man.
Sorry.
Ah.
I'll see myself out.
Please do.
Sounds like the type of how we would make.
We if we need more melee DPS, you can always hop on my rogue. LOL.
And yep, time flies when you're having fun, talk, eh?
Waka sounds so sleepy.
He's just Asian, it's fine. Prox is online, boys. Get on, Turbo. Get Prox summoned in. Let's get him buffed up. Let's get ready to rock. Hopefully he's in a slightly working condition. Let's fucking go. We're on the cusp of greatness, lads. Let's get Prox a nice set of buffs. Also, in case you didn't see it, there is a tier 6 prep channel. Make sure you're posting in there what you need for tier 6. Obviously, aside from the Kael file, but you can post in there what you're needing. It'd be pretty fantastic. Anyways. Ta-da! And pull it in. We're awaiting your presence. Just need pull it in, mull it in. Alright, boys, everyone's ready. So you know what time it is. It's the jump into combat time, boys.
Let's get sussy.
Sussy Baka. Energy. Power!
Suspiciousness.
Sus.
These are the things.
That's the Erdar twin speech.
Yes.
Remember to move away if he's coming close to you, boys. Melee out. If he's close, don't stand near him. Make sure you're moving away. Gazes you, he fucks you up. And we're trying to run him on the platform up top. And melee out.
What?
He flung you?
Yep, he does it. He sometimes does it, just sends you on a wild flight. Melee out, melee out. Alright, everyone just gather on the side.
Is that the spot we wanted?
Yeah,
Yeah,
anywhere
it's
up
fine.
there is fine. We don't care about the exact positioning, it's just place you want him up there so when it spawns, he's not like close to the Warlock tank or the Sanguinar tank. Remember, watch your threat here, lads, Chads, and everyone in between. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember, on all these mobs, survival is key. It's not a DPS check until phase 2 beyond. Alright, everybody onto the side for the sussy bitch. Remember to let her get in position.
Go ahead, come back.
Remember, this is a mob. You have to be 31 yards or more away to DPS, so no bind plays on this inside. That con flag will fuck you up like nobody's business.
What if I'm really good at resisting?
It won't just fuck you up, it's gonna fuck everybody else up because it's an AoE con flag.
No.
Alright, remember, everyone make sure you're at least 31 yards away or more. And go ahead and DPS. Make sure you stay below Igmatic, of course. So how's that trinket treating you, Mr. Paladin? Alrighty, boys. It's time to get ready for the wonderful engineer here soon. Remember, threat is very tight on this one. Just be careful on it. And if we have a stun on Vern, we have to wait for it to fade down because we do not want him to bubble it off. Because he wants the wings for threat in phase 2. Oh, bold threat, boys. Gotta be careful. Alright, and go ahead and Lust Splinters. Or just try to grab that mace out, beautiful. Now try to get the staff out as best you can as well. Looks like it's actually trying its best to get on its own.
Silencing it again.
Right, finish that staff off, boys. Make sure no one dies to it.
Can I enchant this shit?
You can if you really want, yeah. But alright, come on. We need to keep AoEing, boys. When the mobs you're AoEing on gets low, swap to something different, boys. So that way we don't have times when there's no AoE. 30 seconds, so everyone should be getting ready. Make sure we're grabbing our weapons. Get big damage here. Single target damage now. Melee finished up. Warp Slicer. Vern, go ahead and take over Devastation here once Warp Slicer dies. No melee DPS at all on the bow, including pets. Everyone get to your positions. Vern, take over. Someone get.
Watch out for that mob in the middle of the platform.
Yep, everyone be careful.
There it is.
Yeah, where is the bow?
If people
Behind
are hitting
Kael.
it, behind Kael, you have to keep DPSing, guys. All DPS should be held weapons, then advisors, always. Never anything else. Unless you can't DPS that one. So no melee DPS at all on the bow, including pets.
Goes down.
Man, you guys are way behind on that bow. This is why we don't want mini melee DPS on the bow, by the way, boys. We get way, way behind on it, and that costs a ton
I
of
didn't see
damage.
it like for a while. It's hiding there.
It's because someone hit it with a melee attack, probably a pet or something, and which caused it to blink. And it's a random target blink. Holler if it gets close to me, please. Right. So cast the DPS, get on the bitch, unless of course you are Shadow Priest or Mage, at which point you're going to be on Singonar with melee with hunters.
I'm just gonna apply my debuffs.
Yeah, you stack it up to 5 if you can. The Shadow Weaving for the locks, but have a minute to go, boys. Big damage, big damage. How's Sanguinar and Capnarian looking? I'm gonna stop.
Sanguinar's like.
Remember, as soon as Capnarian and Sanguinar is dead, all DPS on Telenicus.
Sanguinar's dead.
Alright, cool. All DPS and Telenicus. Our boy, get ready for it.
What's the timer on
15
Kael?
seconds. 15 seconds. Well, 10 seconds now. Our boy Kael's up. Remember to be mindful of flame strikes on the ground. You can spawn in any area around Kael, so. Get ready for the mind control in 5 seconds. Alright, everyone focus on mind control. Break mind controls, break mind controls. Alright, and let's get on Kael. Watch for the flame strike, it's coming any moment. For another one. Oh, actually, no, the first one went in the ball. Phoenix should be coming soon, another flame strike.
We save cooldowns for eggs, right?
Yeah, you want to burn eggs, most importantly, yep. There's flame strike, move, move, move. Phoenix should be spawning soon. So Vern and myself, let's get ready. Alright, mind control incoming. Alright, and then just get a little bit of threat on and don't DPS it too hard. Alright, so Vern, just stop TP. Just stand with me on it as well, in case I die or get mind control. But just don't DPS it. Just stand close by. Alright, so get ready for Shock Barrier. Burn hard, burn hard, burn hard. As soon as Shock Barrier is down, interrupt, and then we're going to swap and kill the Phoenix. Interrupt, 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 interrupt. Anybody, interrupt. Thank you. Alright, every DPS kill the Phoenix. No melee yet, no melee yet. But get ready for egg. Everyone get ready to swap to egg. Everyone get ready for egg. And egg, 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 egg. All DPS egg, all DPS egg, all DPS egg. Quick, 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 quick. More DPS egg. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, we missed it. This is going to go ahead and be a wipe. Everyone just start heading towards the entrance so we can do wipes and do it over.
No.
So, I mean, we were down a few DPS, but everyone, please, everyone have the macro to immediately DPS on the eggs. That is the single most important part of this encounter. Also, if you are dead on the platform, you need to release, please. And
Oh, you can actually apply sharpening blades to your weapons.
yeah, you can.
No
You
time
even,
for that though.
you even can technically put a scope on your bow if you want. I like the cheaper plus damage scope only. Kick W. Alright, right when everyone die, and then as soon as he resets, we can redo it.
Mind control will use bubble at low health and break mind control.
All right, it's reset. Let's go ahead and have you log on, logged off. Let's hurry up and get some reses going. Quick. Do we have any soulstone or anything up here that we can use? All right, cool. Starting the res. Remember, if you were dead at the entrance, to start running in. Otherwise, we'll get you going. That was pretty good. Just remember, as soon as that shock barrier goes down, that's when you do interrupts, any melees, any shamans, everybody.
My arrows are still in the bags.
Yeah. When you get res, they should disappear, I believe.
Should I be dotting up the egg, or it's going to die too fast?
It dies really fast. You can do like a Shadow Word Pain and then like Mind Blast it. I think the strategy for Shadow Priest is Pain, Mind Blast, Death, and then like a full Mind Play until it fades. Because you have 10 seconds to kill the egg. So, and all DPS have to immediately go run it right away, 100%. No exceptions.
Yeah, I'm still keeping my arrows, by the way.
Nice.
We got a pull within 12 minutes. Big DPS.
Yeah, Warlocks, you don't bother casting like immolates as well, just Shadow Bolt. You can do Shadow Bolt, Shadow Burn, I believe is the ultimate combo, right? Talking. Healers can also like shoot a lightning bolt if you want, or a smite if you have the spare time and mana to do it. Biggest thing now is just getting these weapons down, boys. Like, we're looking really good. I mean, and obviously not dying to stupid shit. So obviously, when the advisors are about to spawn again, you have to be mindful of their bodies, be in your positions, and not die till when they spawn up. Yep, the two tanks are always going to go flying, but I mean, we're going to be doing maybe 10, 12k damage between both of us, really, on them on average, anyways. Tanks.
I'm actually gonna need to resummon. My bad. Be right back. Armor's all broke.
Yep. No, that's fine. Repair about going down, boys. Make sure you repair if you need it. It's right in the middle. Yep, get everybody summoned in, please. We're still missing a few people. Let's get Altar Boys summoned in. Quick.
They did get me in. I just forgot you had a repair bot. That's my bad.
Yep. But I think Big Maddox's big loss of damage there was he cast an Immolate first to Twaka. Yeah. And then Turbo was also down at 5.9k. I think he just only got 2 cast stuff though. Yeah, it's basically just Shadow Bolt, and then Shadow Burn, worst case scenario. And then just be mindful and pay attention to where the Phoenix is at, because the egg always spawns in his spot. So if we're on the left side, just move slightly more to the left to make sure you're in range. And yeah, the mind controls happen. We're not saying it's end all be all. I'm just saying there's only 3 heal mind control at any time, so everyone's just got to be focused on a big tick damage. All right, everyone should be here. Let's make sure everyone's buffed up and ready for action. Just waiting on Zoid and Wormy to be ready. All right, let's go ahead and go, boys. Got 30 seconds of glorious thing. No, they don't. You just both stack it up to 5. Yeah, you'd both stack it up to 5. So if you're playing and he applies it, it just stacks.
No,
up.
but if I have like 1 stack and he has 1 stack, does it count as 2 stacks?
Yes, because it just stacks on top of each other.
Okay, so but just maxes at 5.
Correct. So 2 Shadow Breach just means it stacks up quicker.
Yeah, but that's really important for something like the egg, you know?
But yeah, boys, we're getting close. Just got to clean up a little bit in phase 2, a little bit in phase 3, and then we got to have a nice smooth phase 4. All right, let's focus. Prox.
Why is it always procs first?
That's just random. Back up melee. Gain art. Sorry, Gainier.
Wow, you really didn't like. That's
Back out.
fucked up.
Alright, boys, let's get ready for the next fight. Let's keep it up and keep it focused. It's a nice, long fight. We're finally progressing the fun stuff.
Blood for blood.
So where the biggest problem with him in the back of the room is that's where we're tanking the caster and tanking Sigmund. So if it goes in the Warlock tank or Bubble Tree, they have to move right away. Otherwise, they have more time to move. If that makes any sense. Oh no, it doesn't matter. As long as he dies on the stairs, it doesn't really matter where he's at. Ideally, behind Kael is better. But as long as he's up on the stairs, it's fine. Watch your threat, boys. Getting pretty high. Marathon, not a race. Marathon, not a sprint, I should say. Excuse me.
This phase is free, right? I shouldn't be using any Destro Path.
Nope. Yeah, this is literally Cuck W phase. Like we can literally take an hour on each ad if we really wanted to. It'd feel horrible, but we can. And this is the regen phase of people with short range.
Wonder if she's gonna hit your field repair bot.
Lol. We gonna find out. Alright, boys. Alright, make sure you're max range. 31 yards more away. Let's get some big damage in there.
I love the firing squad that always forms.
Alright, let's get ready for the engineer. Remember, we're only stopping DPS if a Warlock or if Vern gets the thing near the end.
Let him cook.
Yes, chef.
That's pretty good bombs, so that's good. Get him a little closer to the bow and axe, please. And Winters, go ahead and lust.
Interrupt diffuser. Grab.
Try to get the infuser out of it if we can. Yep, good.
Might not be able to pull the staff out.
That's fine. Just do your best.
Staff is on the far side from Devastator, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Remember, focus more on DPS. Don't worry about getting weapons right now. You have a minute to grab them. Continue killing the weapons, boys. Get phase 3 nice and smooth. Alright. Let's get casters start blasting the devastation, please. boys, and then the warp slicer for the melee. Pull the warp slicer a little bit away. It's kind of close to the axe. No, that's fine. 30 seconds to next win. Does anybody have a staff for me, by the way? One of the melee? Just make sure melee grabs it or trade it to Ashtonk. Make sure everyone's got their staff. It should be fading soon. Go ahead and assume your positions, boys.
Here they come up the ads.
TDA, TDA.
Ash got one, so that's fine. Just remember, finish the weapons up, and then focus on Thaladar at all DPS.
Alright.
How are the ads looking, boys?
Valid Dread is dead.
Valid dead.
Need an
Alright,
aura
Never
at
Fear's
bubble
back.
for next fear.
The aura's not for the
Thank you.
fear, it's for if he has a stun. Use the shield to break the fear, or to prevent the fear, I should say. Everyone make sure you're activating your staff and your shield, or your arrows, or whatever. Trying to keep Wormy at full mana here. How are the ads looking, boys? It's kind of hard to see when I'm spinning the circles, though.
Sanguinar's down.
I'm gonna stop spinning.
200 Caprina.
Stop spinning so the melee can get on to Telenicus. We're way ahead on DPS this time, boys. Looking pretty. Melee get on Telenicus. Shadow Priest as well. Remember, you can't really DPS on him. So if you were on Sanguinar, you're getting on to Telenicus.
Already have one, thanks.
Was anybody missing an important weapon? We got 38 seconds to the next phase, boys. Looking beautiful. Let's keep it up. Remember, main focus is not dying to flame strikes, not dying to the Phoenix spawn, breaking mind controls, breaking the shield barrier, and then switching and burning the egg ASAP. Oh look, we're gonna have a little bit of downtime, boys. Downtime.
Everyone quick evocate.
Alright, what we're gonna do here is Astor, misdirect, and just all hunters misdirect on rotation. So after full auto, Leto, after Leto, Astor. Just all misdirects. Give the tank a few seconds to build threat, guys. He has no threat tail at the beginning. Light DPS, light DPS. Watch for flame strikes. Burst mind controls in 5. Could we go ahead and get a Reckless on the boss and keep up Thunderclap if we can? Watch for flame strike, move out of it, and break mind controls, break mind controls. Come on, someone break Galenart, one of the DPS. One of the DPS, break Galenart.
Ash, check salve. Pally Powers not playing nice.
I don't have salve, it's fine.
Okay.
Watch for flame strike. Alright, first Phoenix is spawning soon, let's get ready for it.
Spread out a little bit.
Alright, Phoenix is gonna be on the left side, Rangers get a little bit of threat, and then... Alright, and just get ready for the shock barrier, so no DPS on the bird.
Melee flame strike.
That's fine, you just hold it, Ren, don't move. Yeah, melee flame strikes, alright. Alright, come on, break it, interrupt, come on, interrupt, good job. All DPS is on the Phoenix, all DPS on the Phoenix on the left side, Melee not on it. Melee stay out. Melee stay out. As soon as it dies, get on the egg. Everyone get ready for egg, 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 egg. All DPS on egg. All DPS on egg. Burn, 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 burn. Good job, boys. New Phoenix is coming soon. Make sure Proxy gets this out. Break the mind controls. Everyone get ready for Phoenix. Don't forget to gather back up for healing. Keep it smart. Keep it smooth. Looking good. Looking good. Flame strike on the right. Be careful.
50 seconds, TDA.
New Phoenix is up. Burn, come get yourself some threat. Alright, get ready for the next shock barrier. Actually, nope, take this back. All DPS, we're gonna go ahead and kill this Phoenix. Every DPS, kill the Phoenix and get ready for egg. Get ready for the mind control. No melee, no melee, no melee, no melee. We're just going for the egg. Get ready for egg. Break up the mind controls fast, and then all DPS on egg. Egg, 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 egg. Burn that egg fast, burn that egg fast. Come on, big, 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 big. Come on, egg, egg, egg. Alright, good.
You guys are.
Get ready for the thing. I'm gonna res on Altar Boy, Bowser res on TDA. Alright, get ready for a new Phoenix soon. There's the new Phoenix. Burn, come get some threat. No DPS on the Phoenix. Just focus everything on Sun's Kael for the moment. Watch for the flame strike. Come on, move, move, move. That's been down. Slide, go ahead and get this. Break mind controls. After the mind controls, DPSing on the Phoenix. Alright, go ahead and kill the Phoenix and get ready for eggs. Melee, be ready for eggs. Melee, be ready for eggs. Alright, burn, burn, burn. Burn, burn. Get ready. Egg, egg, egg. And get ready to move from the flame strike. Alright, all DPS is going to focus on Kael Foss. Move from flame strike, flame strike, flame strike, flame strike. Good, good, good. This next Phoenix we're going to ignore. We're going to kill it during the transition. So all DPS just focus on Kael. Shock barrier in time. All DPS on Kael. As soon as he gets 50%, we transition. No DPS on Phoenix. Burn them hard, burn them hard. Alright, burn that shock barrier, burn that shock barrier. Watch for flame strike. Alright, interrupt. Good job, good job. What the hell? Why is the egg? Okay, it actually works out in our favor. Alright, as soon as he gets 50%, range start killing the Phoenix while he's doing his RP. And then we'll do the egg, egg, egg. Melee, melee, melee. Remember, no DPS on the Phoenix set. Alright, now kill the Phoenix, kill the Phoenix, kill the Phoenix. Remember, during gravity lapse, might want to pull the pets away. Don't want to be in here melee, he's going to blow up. And get ready, though. Egg, 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 egg. Come on, kill the egg, kill the egg, kill the egg. Good job. Alright, remember, during the gravity lapse, you cannot DPS on the boss. If you are a non-tank group, you're going to go towards the back of the room. Ellie, Shamans, Shadow Priests, get ready to heal people as they need it, and spread out as best you can. The other thing to watch out for is these little purple clouds. They reduce your maximum health. Do not get hit by them. Also, please make sure we're refreshing the buff on Bubble Tea. Come on, we need to heal him, heal him, heal him, heal him, heal him. Gotta keep the buff on him. Gotta keep the buff on him or he's gonna die. Come on. Gotta keep the healing buff on him. Continue DPS. Watch for, get ready for the gravity lapse. Alright, you cannot DPS in your phase. Remember, survive is the key. Keep the buff on Bubble Tea. Don't go too far away from Kael Foss as well, Bubble Tea. Just watch for the clouds so you don't get hit with the debuffs. Don't go too low to the ground or you get flung up. So watch for the clouds, dodge them, spread out so we don't die to the Shadow Bolts thing. And he always does one more right after the gravity lapse ends, so just be mindful. Watch for clouds, move away. We're gonna wipe, boys. Bubble, you have to move out of those beams. You have no hit points, dude. Alright, go ahead and wipe it at the entrance, boys. That's a wipe, that's a wipe. You have to watch for the clouds, Bubble. They reduce your max hit points by 10% per stack. You had 9 stacks, dude.
Okay, for phase 5, do I do anything? Do I hit a boss at all, or just
you still tank them, but during gravity lapse you can't do anything to the boss, so you dodge clouds. That's their one priority. Everyone hug a Phoenix, is the fastest way to die. And then let's get ready to wipe. Do it again.
Should I try to hit a boss?
Not in the gravity ups. He's literally immune. You cannot do literally nothing to him in that phase.
Okay, so basically just flying around.
You're flying around,
the
dodging clouds, and spreading out. Yeah, you want to stay near the front with healers and tanks, but you're not worried about it because you can't do anything to him. And then when it comes out of the gravity lapse, then
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, let's get everybody rezzed up nice and fast, boys. If we do it fast, we can get one last shit in. I think Zoid's gonna probably have to basically go during this last attempt, but it's not gonna be a replacement anyway, so. So we're gonna have one more really fast try if we get it really good. But yeah.
I mean, if we have it going right, I'm not gonna leave, but it's definitely not one. Is this going better than you expected, Ash?
A little bit. So one more thing with the gravity lapse, boys, make sure you're spreading out in the air a bit, so. So a lot of people taking a lot of damage. The better you spread out, the less damage you take. And then, like I said, once the gravity lapse comes to an end, just make sure you're not all the way at the ground, but lower to the ground. And then just stop and heal yourselves, healthstones, whatever, and then run in, because he's always going to finish one more cast of the beams. And if everybody goes running in right away, they'll just all fall over dead. The only heal that should be worried about getting close to kill fast are like 2-3 healers, and of course, Bubble. Also, remember healers to make sure you're keeping up the Cosmic Confuser buff on him at all times. So, like during the transition, make sure you're reapplying the buff. You can do it with a circle of healing. You can do it with anything instant. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's staying up on him at all times. That way, he doesn't take the extra damage from the fireballs. Probably flashlight if people are spreading out. It doesn't really matter. The biggest thing is just keeping people alive.
Will we be able to reach TDA?
You should be able to. I think you can go just past halfway before it starts the encounter, so. But it's like right on the cusp of it.
It just hurts so much wiping on this guy. It takes so long.
Especially when you were that close, eh?
Is there any trick to the staff, or I just use it every 20 seconds?
No, you equip it and then use it, and you have it 15 minutes. There's a 30-second buff you get from being healed, however, from the mace.
Go near people that need to have not be charmed and stuff, disoriented.
But yeah, let's get everybody buffed fast as soon as everybody's rezzed. Demigods, you there? Demi?
You got a res, DFK?
Yep, he's okay indeed. Demigods. Demigods.
I actually don't know if I have this, Ash. I gotta go to bed, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta get up at like 5.
That's fine.
I buffed you all spirit, though.
Wasn't expecting someone to be sitting AFK like this at the very end of raid, though. It's kind of annoying.
Buffed you all spirit before I left.
Yeah, what a chat.
Thanks for the help, Zoid.
Yep, well, honestly, it kind of looks like we're probably just going to end up calling it because we have someone AFK, and it's going to push us too far late, boys. Alright, let's go ahead and make a portal and call it a night, unfortunately. We've been kind of griefed by people disappearing on us tonight and AFKing and all that. Was a very, very good tries, boys.
That last attempt was really nice. We got really far.
Yeah. So close, but yet oh so far. Very good progress though, boys. So hopefully everybody shows up next week bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to pump some tier 5 content. I believe next week we're just going to basically do Vaj into Alar into Kael. So, smiley face.
Rennie, what am I supposed to do with this pattern? What the